Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be playing in the Angel Cup, the good old Japanese single elimination rush duel tournament against some really strong players. Now, last week didn't really go that great for us. We did play a really strong deck in my opinion, but we did brick quite a lot. I think since then we have changed the ratios up a little bit in the Aqua deck. But we're not playing that deck today. Today we're going to be playing some Psychic just for, one, I think it's probably the most fun deck at the moment, as well as actually quite a strong deck. So we're going to see how that goes and see if we can't do a little bit better. But whenever we do play a tournament on stream, we're never really tryharding. So this is something that I have found, is that when I do play on stream, I generally do make a lot more mistakes. We do not make optimal plays as often. And I think that's fine, right? If my attention is a little bit divided, we're not necessarily playing too try. Because if I'm really tryharding, I'm going to be silent, I'm going to be staring at the screen, and that's not going to be particularly enjoyable to watch. So I've already kind of mentally, prepared myself that whenever I do play on a tournament on stream, we're not going to be playing at our best. If we do happen to stumble into some wins, that's great. If we don't, that's also fine. But let's see who we have in here today. We do have Skywings. Welcome. Hello. Hope you are doing well today, Tomato. Yeah, we are doing great today. It is a little bit warm, but it is a lot cooler than it has been. We haven't actually got the fan on at the moment. The fan might be coming on shortly if it does warm up a little bit, though. Can't believe he would be streaming without ping us. We don't ping until about 5 minutes before we're actually going to start, because we do have a 15-minute starting screen. And we do just like to leave that on in case people do want to just come into the chat early. So we don't see a point in just harassing everyone an extra 10 minutes before we actually start the stream. So we do just wait until it's a 5-minute warning. But hello and welcome on in. Zaki boys, we have True God, the True G-Dog. Welcome. Maybe he sent a Pong instead. I mean, always sending the Pongs. You can never not send the Pongs. Sakadetsu, welcome. Hello there, Tomato Sensei. Hey Tomato, Angel Cup, Tomato playing Devil May Cry music may be an issue here. Well, this specifically is Metal Gear Rising, but Devil May Cry is definitely on the playlist. We'll have to see if it does come up. And Sakadetsu on the 3-stream streak. Let's go rushing. We always do appreciate it, and we always do love the streaks. The streaks are always a bit weird, because what I think I need to do is have more incentives to collect gems, because right now on the channel we don't really have any good redeems. I need to set more stuff up, but it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of work, stuff I don't really have to do, but I kind of want to. We'll have to see if that actually ends up happening. Well, when you have been, it was playing last week if I remember when you played. Good luck in the Angel Cup. Thanks, Ursus, and good luck to you as well, hopefully. So this is always my hope. I want to play against people I know as late in the cup as possible, because if I get knocked out in semis by someone I know, that is a lot more interesting than getting knocked out in round 1 by someone I know, right? So I always do hope that I just play against some Japanese people who I have no idea who they are, just to play against someone new, and then see how that goes, rather than just getting kicked out of the tournament by Dwan or Ursus or Draco just immediately. That's never a fun feeling. Psychic best deck. I mean, Psychic is doing all right. We'll have to see if that continues. This is going to be the 4th event, I guess, that's non-Challenger Cup event, I guess is the best way to say it. It's the 4th event where we don't have the ability to change whatever cards you want whenever you want. It's the 4th one where we have, pre-submitted deck lists. So we'll have to see how that goes. We're gonna again hope that Aqua and Psychic do stick around, because they are really cool decks. We'll have to see if they do continue to put up the results. Finally, just cogged final account with Fluffle. Can't believe win against just 1 monster beatdown, 2 turns against Shark. Nice. I've seen Shark has been on a bit of a tear. We've seen people like Manicist. We've been seeing people like Bismuth doing very well on these decks. So it's good to see Fluffle can still keep up. But this is just another, is it? Yeah, it's unshuffled. Okay, we'll reshuffle it and see if that keeps up. So for now, we're going to just go over and take a look and see if the brackets have been organized yet. It looks like they haven't been done yet. We can go and have a look at the participants. I don't know why I'm doing it up here. We already have a tab open with it. So if we hit refresh on this, we can see Who has actually signed up? We got Draco Kid, we got Ursus, we got Sora Mia, we got Deku, we got Neo, we have Happy Danny, we got Kaiser, we got Now, we got Gozu, we got Dwan. We recognize quite a lot of the people in here. We've got Rafuto's actually playing today. Okay. There's a lot of names here today. A true hero with fluffles. Yeah, good job, Kim Frame. The champion of the people. But now we just wait for the brackets to be finalized, then we find our opponent. We also haven't actually got our translates up yet, so we should probably do that before we have to communicate. Okay, so let's see. Let us see. We have a bye. Oh, that is like... That's obviously not a bad thing, because we don't mind having a bye. It means we've already gotten further in the event. It does mean we have a really weird, awkward time ahead of us. So Gozu's up here. I can't remember who this is, but I remember this name. And usually if I remember a name, it's because the play is quite good, but I could not tell you who that is. We've got Draco Kid is going to be against Yuli Mia. What if you win on stream today? That's not going to happen, let's be honest. Draco Kid's in here. Yo, Tomato, good luck with the tournament. Wait, I'm playing in this. I forgot. Yeah, I mean, you're right here, Draco. You gotta get your ass in gear. Dwan's against Happy Danny, which is another... If I remember correctly, Happy Danny is also a really strong player. So Dwan's going to have luck cut out for him. So fingers crossed you win that, Dwan. Obviously, you're the champion of the Sevens Road right now. So I have to see if you can win that. Assuming you're still bringing that deck. We don't actually know that for a fact yet. But Draco Kid, assuming he wins, could be against you in round 2, which could be quite fun. Ursus is against Rafuta. That's going to be a challenger, and Rafuta is obviously a very strong player. So good luck with that one, Ursus. Deku is against a name I don't recognize into Sora Mia. That could be a bit tricky. Fortunately, our little group here is full of people I don't know. Like, I know Now Neo. I don't know them personally. I know of them. I don't recognize any of the other people here, so that could be interesting to see. What else do we have down here? We have Neo. Where is Nanao? Did I miss Nanao? I swear Nanao signed up, right? I'm not just being silly. Let's have a quick gander, see if we can't spot him. Maybe Nanao didn't submit a deck? Am I being blind? Nanao did sign up, right? No, now Neo. And now it was just now Neo signed up. I don't think Nanao actually did sign up then. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Good luck, Tomato. I mean, fingers crossed we do okay. Duel Links Reddit can't handle Fleur skill nowadays. I mean, Fleur has been one of those ones which has been like so divisive, right? Some people really don't mind it, and other people absolutely detest it. So it's a bit of a weird one. I will trust Tomato slaps Ezzy. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Fingers crossed something good happens. Dwan comes in with the hangry emote. Right, 15 streak as well. God damn, Dwan. My man. Soramir wants to change our game mat. Okay, Soramir. Bearing in mind, I suppose you also have a buy, so you got free time to kill. What game mat are you looking for here, Soramir? No game. You want the game mat removed. Okay, that's spicy. So this is the list we're playing today. I don't know why we're trying to copy it. Nothing particularly exciting about the list that we're playing. But we will be removing the game mat. All decks. Dwan on 15 win streak. I mean, that is how this works. I'm here every stream. Why do I not get streaks? I don't know, Promanicus. Do you just not have streaks? Now, I can never enter these because I start work at 2. That is a shame. Well, you know, just win the first round and then drop, right? Easy. We are all psychic bros. Everyone is a psychic bro in their heart. Well, either way, we do have some time to kill. It's always a bit of a weird one, because I could chuck the stream on for the Angel Cup, but I don't know if they're like super comfortable with us just doing a straight up restream. So like, it's always a bit weird. We can watch bits of it. I think watching bits of it is fine. We're not going to watch like all of it. But we'll just see what people are on. Oh, we got Dwan versus Happy Danny in the first round. We can immediately see what they're both playing. Looks like Happy Danny is playing aggro, just straight aggro. And looks like Dwan is on the 7th Rogue Magician. So I have to see where that goes, which is quite exciting. But again, we don't want to like watch the entire game. We don't know if they're super comfortable with us just watching their stream the entire time. Volt Condor. Is there a reason we've declared Volt Condor? Is that what you're playing against? Is Yuli Mia playing Volt Condor, Draco? I mean, that's true. I actually could do that. Practice, get warmed up. I mean, yeah, you play against different people as well, right? Like, sometimes you'll get some, like, really good practice. When's the first time we were playing against someone we know? We're actually in quite a nice bracket. Because we don't know a ton of these people. So we'd be quite happy to get all the way to semis here. Now, I'm not saying we're going to make it to semis. Let's not put words in my mouth. But this would be quite a nice way to... Because I wouldn't play against anyone, like, in chat, for example, until the finals, right? Deku, Sora, Ursus, Rafuta, Dwan, Happy, Danny, Gozu. They're all in the top half of the bracket. We're down here with all of our JP bros, just hanging out. And Licked Jasper, who I don't... Lick Jasper, like, it's a familiar name, but I don't know if I know him. To be honest, I've been playing against a lot of Volt Condor on ladder recently. Maybe just me. I have not been playing against it, so I have no idea. Let's not put Semi in Tomato's mouth, guys. Please, nobody put their Semi in Tomato's mouth. That would be appreciated. At least not without his consent. The stream title is a lie. You are round 2 already. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We still haven't won a game, though. So, you know, now Tomato's going to win trust. Again, we had a little rant about this at the start, but when we play on stream, we play a lot worse. You've probably noticed, when we play on stream, we make a lot of mistakes. We have, like, our fist in our mouth a lot of the time. We've got our head on the desk. There's a lot of, like, really stupid mistakes. And don't get me wrong, those will happen regardless if I'm on stream or not. They do just happen a little bit more often when we're on stream. So... Again, whenever we play a tournament on stream, we are very much not expecting to do particularly well. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely give it our all, but is our all going to be good enough? We'll have to wait and see. Right, let's flick back over to this again. Let's see what's going on here. Will Dwan be able to take out the aggro boy himself, Happy Danny? Happy Danny is actually known for playing aggro. Happy Danny is a player that even when aggro had fallen out of the meta, does keep going back to it. And he does consistently-ish actually put up results. So, you know, if there's anyone that could make this work, Happy Danny is going to be that player. So let's see what they do. Dwan is a bit more all-rounded, right? Dwan plays a lot of different decks. Obviously, since the new box has come out, Dwan has been focused on playing the spellcasters, but that doesn't mean Dwan is a spellcaster one-trick. Dwan is, you know, quite well-rounded, including across speed as well, right? Like, Dwan has recently been taking names in speed just as much as he has in Rush. I like the little sound effects of alt art cards using their skills. It is quite nice. It is quite nice. I'll tell you what I'm going to do briefly, though, because I need to blow my nose. So we are briefly going to just turn off the camera. We're going to turn off the music, the microphone, and we're going to do that quick. There we go. Figured I would spare everyone from that. This is looking very good for Dwan right now, apart from his life points. If he's able to set some back row, which we have one, only the one. That means that card in hand has to be a high-level monster. Come on, Dwan. Come on, Dwan. You've got this. We won't lose to Happy Danny. We won't lose to him. Yeah, the little sound effects are quite nice in the on the what are they called? Overrush rares. But I will say, I wish that they were more personalized. Like, not just every Overrush has the same sound effect. I would like them to have their own unique ones, since they are meant to be that little extra bit, right? They're meant to have go the extra mile. It would be nice to have, like, a spellcaster type effect, at least. Like, different types of effects or something. Alright, let's see what happens here. We got... Oh, Sword and Shield. But if that back row is... That back row's a good back row. Oh, never mind. This is looking like it's going to be over. Although I assume this is still round 1, as in like game 1. Barrel Dragon coming down. So he is not afraid at all of Combustion Crisis. No fear of Combustion Crisis whatever. Right, well there's Happy Danny taking that round. Now I don't think that is hard for them to code in some sound effects. It's not the coding aspect of it. It would be more like the resources to find those sound effects. Now they should have quite a good library, quite a robust library to draw from, and maybe like take a longer sound effect, remix it slightly, or cut it short and just have it like that. I think that could work quite well, but we'll have to see what they decide, because obviously, you know, someone has to decide to integrate it as the primary kind of barrier to entry. A Volt Condor jump scare was real. So does that mean, Draco, that you're playing against Volt Condor and that you are beating it currently? That's what I'm going to assume is happening right now. It's one of those weird ones again where we don't really want to be sat here like watching the stream. We also don't really want to why don't you tell us, Draco? We're not asking you to tell us what you're on unless you're playing on stream. We won't get to find out anyway. We just want to know what your opponent's playing. That information shouldn't be private, at least not for your own benefit. Obviously, if you want to protect your opponent, that's fine. I'm still waiting for that game to start, it looks like. There isn't really much more to really talk about right now, right? Like, I don't think we have any news on DLM. Obviously, we had the Rushdoll Grand Prix happen, which this was a bit of a shame. We did get knocked out in top 16. We did draw quite poorly. We did get knocked out by Dwan, though. So, like, you can't be too upset when, like, a friend knocks you out, right? Like, that's kind of how it goes, which is, again, why we want to play against our friends later on in the event, ideally. And this was the list that did end up winning. This is obviously a very similar list to the one that we had in our YouTube video, where it's the 3 Siesta Torero combined with the 3 Seraph of Darkness to play off the 3 Can Melody. Is it confirmed that New World is coming? It is not. So, basically, we are at a kind of the precipice of potentially something new happening, right? Every single year, we have had a new world introduced. Now, eventually, that has to stop, right? No matter whether that's this year, next year, the year after, or the year after that, we will eventually run out of worlds. There's not enough Yu-Gi-Oh! Content to infinitely put out more and more worlds. So at some point, something has to change. Now, the question is that some point going to be this year or not? If it is this year, there are obviously a bunch of different options it could be. We could have Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, which would be a bit weird, but is very much doable. We could have the Chronicle with the new Chronicle Rare, which will be like playing as cards, I guess, like playing as Dark Magician Girl, playing as Zeus sort of thing. That could be a thing. Dwan got round 1'd by the cringe. I'm so sad. Oh, was that the second round one? Ah, we were watching a little bit on stream. Wait, did you? Has it finished? Oh, our opponent is ready for us, so we actually have to go. So enough of watching that, I guess. Alright, let's get in here and chat to our opponent. Slap that in. Wait, do we? Yeah. That should be fine. Right, let's see what our opponent says. He said, thank you. Alright, so now we can get rid of this. We can jump straight in. Alright, fingers crossed we don't just get absolutely dominated here. That is our goal, not get clowned on. Looks like it's probably going to be Cyburst again. Oh, it's not Cyburst. It's... So this could be Blue Eyes? Blue Eyes, I think, is the most likely. Let's see what our opponent is on. I misplayed game 1 because I wasn't focused and I thought I played versus Royal Rebel. Ah, that's a shame. Where do we want to go with this? I think we just chill, right? I don't think we want to get overly aggressive. We don't have access to a boss monster yet. There's no reason to try going aggressive. Even if we did go aggressive, we couldn't get much damage in anyway. Well, Will Hell is going to pop our Jamp Start. Start, to be honest, out of all of our Jamp cards, is the one that we don't mind being popped. Okay, so we're just against Blue Eyes Monarch then. All things considered, it's not a horrid matchup. Like, we're not necessarily feeling super confident, but I think this could have been worse. Okay, so we have... The issue is he has 3 back row. That is always going to be our primary concern. We don't have a good way to, like, out any of his stuff. We could just set 3. That is always an option. It kind of sucks to lose the Roman pick. If we do go aggressive, like, what do we actually get out of it? We'd have to use every single body we have. We could tuck one of his back row. I think we just set 3. I think we wait until we find more back row to help us out here. Because, like, we can make, like, a play, but I don't even think the play's very good. We can only deal with one of the back row. If we do hit the wrong back row and he just has a negate attack or a slime, we find ourselves in a really shit position. Okay, so we're losing half our life points here, which is not ideal. But I mean, we've been drawing quite badly, so we don't really get a say in this. Oh, never mind, the game's over. Alright, that was a bit of a wash. Fingers crossed we don't just get absolutely stomped again. So, basically what happened there was we didn't see any back row, right? We found one spell trap, and we couldn't do anything off of it. Do you run ready? Nah. But it didn't matter if we did, it wouldn't have made a difference there. Alright, we are going first here at least, which is quite nice. Right, if I could see spell traps, that would be really helpful. Okay, we got spell traps. Unfortunately here... This is like a super awkward hand, because like... I don't really want this in my hand going into the next turn. I don't really get a say in it. We can't do anything off of Candy. Because there's this from turn 2 onwards, so we can't even do that if we wanted to. So I think all we can do is just make sure we have 2 bodies on the field before we pass. Okay, let's see what happens. Soul Drake comes down. Second Soul Drake. And there is Siesta Torero. Just goes aggressive. Okay, so we're only losing 1200 this turn. That is actually pretty good for us, all things considered. He's got 3 monsters in attack, which means there are a lot of hands that will just kind of close this game here. That is not ideal, but we can go Roman pick here. Activate the effect. We can then add back... I think it's always Candy here. Normal Candy. Activate the skill. Target the Candy. Okay, so we have one of these already, so that means one of these is already being summoned. Then we'd have 1, 2, and that, so we already have a second one being summoned. We can use that to get Maginical back, which would let me get a third one out. So I could take this. We go for the boost on that. The Maginical could go into that. I think either way we want this, right? Mind you, with the 15 boost, it doesn't matter. Don't we just win anyway? I think we take the Prima. Okay, we're going to take Prima. Then, if we activate this, we send this, summon this, we can activate that, discard 1 to get that out as well, which is probably worth doing first. So I'm going to activate Monster Reincarnation. I'm going to discard Can Melody, and I'm going to grab back Maginical Miracle. Then I can summon this. Tribute over these. Summon out Maginical Miracle. Activate Maginical Miracle. Bring back Can Melody. Activate Jump Up. Send this. Summon out Prima. Activate Prima. Go to battle. And end game 2. Okay, we had to do a little bit of thinking there, but we got it. Alright. That's 1-1. 2 very, very quick games. Can we, if the game actually loads, well, we'll just sit here for a sec and see what happens. Let's see if our opponent's typing at all. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright, come on. Just need it. Just need one more game. I'm never like the biggest fan of opening a boss. Ugh. Is this how we're gonna lose? That's so bad. I don't think I can end with 2 of these in my hand, so I think we're gonna summon out Rhythmical Performer. We're gonna activate its effect first off. We will draw a card. That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. We run 4 bosses, by the way. We run 4 bosses. We'll set. Unfortunately, that's all we got. That's 3 of our 4 bosses we've found already. 23 cards left in deck. So our setting up the graveyard didn't mean anything because he's already got a 2400 that he gets of his Essel. Hello, Void. Welcome, welcome. How goes the rush duels? It was going okay. And then we've opened 3 of our 4 boss monsters immediately. So, it's going less good now. Like, it's not, like, over, but it's not looking great. It's looking less good than it was just now. I think all we realistically can do is set 3 pass. Like, what else can we do here? The problem is, if he finds any back row hate, we're basically cooked. If he... Oh, I need him to hit the wrong one. Okay, so far so good. I mean, that's just 36. He doesn't need to do anything else. That's a shame. That is a shame. Oh, well. We didn't lose to playing badly, at least. We lost to just dumb luck. There's nothing we could... Game 1, there was nothing we could get done. And Game 3, we just bricked out of our ass. We didn't play badly at all. We didn't make any misplays. Everything was completely fine. We just got sacked. That's all that happened. So, like, we can't be, like, displeased with that. Obviously, you know, I'm upset that we got bad RNG, but we still played well, right? So, what can you do? Let's see what our opponent said. Thank you for the battle. Well, again, it happens. It is what it is. I mean, what can we do about opening brick? Like, if we're just completely bricked up, there's nothing we can do about it. I only play 2 SRM and still keep opening one. Not gonna lie, I hate how easy Rush is. I mean, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was easy, right? You're playing with viewers or randomites. We're actually just playing in a tournament. We just got knocked out of a tournament in round 2. But the thing is, you got to remember that Rush Duel is still very, very, very early, right? And when Rush Duel was, or when Master Rule was new, it was also very, very, very simple, right? Title of losing in round 1. I mean, yeah, it happens. We lost exactly the same way last week. We played Aqua and we kept opening 2 or 3 boss monsters in every hand. And we were just like, well, I haven't done anything wrong. I've just drawn really badly. And unfortunately, that seems to be our Angel Cup curse at the moment, is we keep just drawing like ass every single game. But we can go and see how everyone else is doing. It looks like Draco won his game 2-0, but by the sounds of it, he had a freebie. Oh, look, a streak. There it goes, Dragson. There's the streak. It's back. And it's 20. So Dwan got knocked out. Ursus also got knocked out. We're all falling. We're all dropping like flies. Deku versus Sora. It looks like Deku got a bye. Something weird happened there, but we'll see what happens there. Who else won? Now won. Don't know who this is. Neo lost, unfortunately. That is a shame. I believe Neo is Playfaker, which is one of my teammates, which is a bit of a shame. But it happens. It happens. We'll have to just see what happens. Unfortunately, again, it's one of those weird situations where in single elimination, it does kind of suck where you get a little bit of bad luck and you're just out. But the only real benefit to Swiss, in my opinion, is that, again, you get seeded for the top cup when it does become single elimination. And it also... you get to play more games, right? So you just get to play the game more, which is generally a lot better. It's a shame as well, because I don't think... It's like... I think our deck was better than our opponents. I do think that Psychic is, in general, better than the Blue Eyes pile. And it does kind of suck that he is forced to play 7 high-level monsters and didn't brick. And we only play 4 of them, and we did brick. That is what hurts the most. It's like, I'm playing the deck that arguably should brick the least in the game, and he's playing the deck that arguably should brick the most in the game, but I'm the one that bricked. That's what stings. I almost won again. Okay, so you're against the aggro player in Happy Danny. Let's go and take a look at the stream as well. It looks like... oh, it's been... it pauses it when we're not looking at it. That's weird. So we're looking at Deku versus Sora. Ooh, hello, hello. The problem with Swiss is that there aren't enough players to do a proper Swiss tournament, in my opinion. I don't think that matters too much, because the idea with Swiss anyway is basically that, one, you just get to play more games, right? You play like a minimum of X games, whether that's 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the Swiss rounds end up being. And then, when you do go into the single elimination, you're now seeded based on position. And I think there is value to that. You know, is it ideal with more players? 100%. 100%. You always want to have as many players as possible. It makes everything feel better, no matter what type of event you're playing. But I do think there is still value to these like smaller player tournaments. I mean, just look at like locals, right? A lot of locals people go to only have 12, 10, 20 people. I was quite fortunate that my locals had about like 80 people going. So it was a very, very large locals. So every single time I got to play there, it felt like there was this, like, hurdle to overcome. Whenever you saw the same people get into that top 8, it was always a lot more exciting because you're like, oh, everyone knows those players. So this is just a psychic off by the look of it. I wonder if Deku is playing the, what's it called? The Prophet build? Is that what he's called? The guy that flips him down that isn't Siesta Terror. I already forgot what he's called. But we'll watch a little bit of this, and then we will be scooting over to test out Giastrike. Won my game. Nice, nice. To be fair, you've had quite the nice little run so far. Volt Condor into aggro is quite a nice, like, sliding into top 8. We got that kind of for free so far. I'll lead the Western Union to victory. I mean, fingers crossed. Yeah, Seraph, that's the one. Rafuto was, like, a mountain to overcome. I feel bad for Dwan, because I think Dwan probably does beat Happy Danny most of the time. Other than that, there isn't really, like, many other names left. This is kind of the last big game. The Sora versus Deku. I think most people would say that Sora has the advantage here. But we'll have to see what actually ends up happening. And if anyone is curious, by the way, if anyone does want to watch this on their own and have, like, Japanese commentary, we do have the stream to it there, the link to it there. Hello, Beam. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we unfortunately did get knocked out. We got a bye, so we got straight into round 2, and then we got knocked out. Game 1, Volt Condor. Game 2, Aggro. What are my games? Well, you'll probably get a better game, quote-unquote, a harder game going into the next round, but we'll have to see. Because if this was also just like a meme bracket, to be fair, whatever this is, it beat Gozu. And Gozu is known for try-harding and playing a single deck forever. Gozu has basically played Machine for, like, 4 months. Like, this man has not swapped off of Machine whatsoever. So, the fact that someone beat him, presumably playing full power machines, you know, another Psychic player. We've got 2 Psychic players currently playing. And we've got Deku and Sora. These are two Westerners. 2 of us Western players. Let's see what happens here. Okay. We have Prima, 2 back row though. We are just going to go for lethal. We do have the slime. So as is, this Prima can gain 900 attack, go up to 31. So if it attacks over, it's only 900 damage at the moment. If Deku is able to pop the back row and get access to 1 more Prima, he has lethal. Or, again, if we're able to use Jump Up, which we can just search if we want to. There's the second Prima, so he could find lethal. The problem is that back row. If he pops the back row, Deku could find... Oh, wait, we can't use it. I'm just an idiot. We don't have the life points to pay. We could gain 1,000 from Jump Start, but even if you do that, we still can't get to 2 activations. And the fact that he then searched Prima probably indicates that he is out of Jump Ups to search. Otherwise, I don't know why we searched that with 500 life points remaining. Right, so we have the Jump Up. Wait. Oh, we're gonna drop out Melody. We're prioritizing getting rid of the back row over everything else. I suppose it wouldn't have made much difference. It would only have been 1,500 if we did go for the Prima. Wait. 15... We could have got 1,700 damage in if we had done it the other way around to put Prima back on our hand, but we'd still need to find a way to get that last 100 life points in. Oh, that is so tight. Deku literally had a way to put Sora on 100 life points and guarantee get rid of the back row. But, again, 100 life points is not dead. This way, we've ended on a stronger board, but does having a stronger board matter against Psychics? Also, leaving them above 1,000 is very scary. Now, Deku still has 5 cards in hand, so we'll have to see if they actually have anything that they can do here. We'll have to wait and see. This is looking a little bit dicey. I really want to watch the end of this game at the very least before we jump into some ladder. We're going to play some Giastrike, which is going to be a bit funky. Since I don't think Giastrike's going to be particularly good in this. Oh, we are. That is super sketch. Because we only have 500 life left, and our opponent still has over 1,000 life, which means they can still use Prima Katana. So if they find a Candy or a Prima, we basically have lethal. I think I would have been tempted to not do that. I think I would have been tempted to put the Prima back in hand, get that 1,700 damage in, leave Sora on 100 to stop him from being able to potentially make a Prima play. Can Melody. So that's 200 damage in at the moment. Where are we going with this? Ready, shine. Bump the level up. Put it back in our hand. Tuck the monster. We can again get 200 damage in. Leaves our opponent on 300. Ooh, okay. What? Oh, so we're really trying to resolve this back row. That's what that tells me. That tells me we need this back row to stick. That means it can't be slime, though. We've already seen the slime, I believe. Oh, there goes the check. That would have been absolutely incredible here. Check basically is lethal. So if he does have another check, that is just game. Ready, shine. Do we have any searches left? We've already used 2 Primas. That's a third Prima, or did we shuffle one back in? I think that's just a third Prima. Tribute 2. We are going to summon out the Prima. Oh, no. There's no way this works. Like, Sora clearly telegraphed that we have something here. So that means Sora is only actually playing the 1 copy of Check. This should be easy enough for Sora to clean this game up. All we need is any tribute monster and the game is over. Yeah, so that is lethal. That is just lethal. So I don't know what game this is. I don't know if this is game 1, 2, or 3, but just like that, Sora is going. Maybe he just got unlucky. I think, though, like, you can still just go defensive, right? You could just turn everything sideways. Like, if you're in that bad of a spot. Like, Psychic don't have many tools to be able to deal with that. Alright, well, we'll leave that going for now. And we will be hopping into some ranked. We'll check in with it in a bit if the situation gets exciting again. But for now, we are going to be swapping our deck over to the Gear Suck deck. We'll see how this goes. They also play the other Psychic back row removal. No, I think we saw it. I don't know if I saw it on stream or not, but the other one is, like, okay, but it's just nowhere near Check, right? When I win, I'll say it was all thanks to Tomato. Well, that's the other issue, is the prize you get for winning an Angel Cup, as someone who's won Angel Cups before, is you get a gift card for either Google Play or the Apple Store. And the issue is that they are only redeemable in the country that they were purchased. So because they're Japanese, you can only redeem them in Japan. There was meant to be like a hack you could do where you could use a VPN to change your location to Japan and redeem it. But that seems to have been fixed or only works for specific VPNs. So it's a little bit awkward. Yeah, I'm playing Psychic Divergence. Divergence is fine with the new performer. Divergence is like... The thing is, comparing Divergence to Check is like... It's like comparing, you know, Hydrogen Bomb to Coughing Baby. Like, one is just infinitely better, but at the same time, I'd rather have something than nothing. You can change your location without a VPN. Well, I was using various different VPNs to try and do it, and it wouldn't work. I said it's fine, not that it's better. Yes, I, though, would say that comparatively, it's not fine. In a vacuum, it's fine. By comparison to one to the other, like, one is so much better that I would be like, one is bad by comparison, right? I've been testing 2 Check, 1 Divergence. I don't know if you even need Divergence. Divergence, I think, is really good if your opponent has 3 back row, right? In the same way that Boltracorn comes in really clutch when your opponent has 3 back row, as long as you have a way to look at 2 of them and you don't get really unlucky and it's not like negate attack slime, and then you just have something to deal with that 3rd one, you can then just cleanly end the game, right? At the very least, you get a free draw. I mean, there is always that. Alright. Oh, has the music stopped? Of course the music stopped. Why would the music not stop? Alright, we'll have to see. I'll tell you what, since we haven't actually started yet, let's check back in. So the game is underway. We'll jump to live again. We'll check this out for a bit. We'll check it out. Just a cheeky spectate. Just a cheeky watch party. Right, we're jammed. So Soromir is now on top. That is quite important to take note of. It looks like... in my opinion, Deku has made quite a big mistake here by going this aggressive and leaving these... Oh, but that could be catastrophic. Now, I think Soromir was put into a situation where they did not have a choice. They still have a card in hand that's got to be a boss monster. So Soromir specifically was put into a situation where they had to go aggressive. There was no other line. It was this or nothing. So, Deku didn't manage to get punished for going overly aggressive. We'll see if... Yeah, that's just going to be lethal, unfortunately. So again, Deku, I'm not saying necessarily he's like playing poorly. We didn't watch the previous turn. But based on the number of cards in hand, I don't think Deku needed to go aggressive. But, you know, didn't get punished. Managed to survive on 100 life points, so... I swear I'll lose to 74. That means nothing to me, my friend. Check and Melody will deal with 3 back row most of the time, as only usually 2 back row live. Divergence is really good for if you have Rhythmical. I mean, yes. At the same time, you won't always be in a situation where you can use Melody, right? Melody is not searchable and does require 2 tributes or the use of a Jamp Up to get out. So by having an extra card in your deck that can fulfill that role, you can still, you know, make plays. And because you're not replacing the Melody, you're adding it on top of, you're just increasing the odds of seeing cards that are more useful in that situation. Nana 7 she 4. Japanese be like. Are you teaching the stream Japanese right now, Draco? Is that what's happening? Is everyone having a good time learning Japanese with Draco? So both of these duelists are now 1 apiece. We have to watch the end of this. We can't not at this point. We can't not watch the end of this. As much as I would love to jump in and start losing with the Geass deck, we have to see who wins Sora versus Deku. No. Indeed, Mr. Japanese man Draco here. I'm screwed? Ooh, that's not ideal. I'm guessing, based on the fact that you still have the card in your hand, you have had 2 games in a row where you've drawn all your boss monsters. Already no, but yes. So now, yeah, unfortunately, it's always a shame, right, when the games get decided by bricking, but that is part of Rush, right? Like, it's not ideal, but Rush is a game where you have to run tribute monsters in your deck. Sometimes you'll just see more than you want, and the game is kind of over. It happened to us. It looks like it's happened to Sora. Unfortunately, happens. You know, there's still a chance. There is still a chance. So that is one of the things I do much prefer about the modern Rush game, is there are a lot more tools to unbrick you, right? In the game right now, all we really have access to is going to be things like, you know, Mystic Dealer. We're going to have cards that can, like, discard cards from your hand and draw cards. That's probably the best example we have. In the future, we will get cards like Charm of Saturn. We'll get cards like Trade-In. And we're going to get cards like Ship of the Seven Treasures, which do just fix the hand. And having access to all those cards that fix the hand make the game so much more enjoyable, because you just won't randomly lose to drawing real bad. Ah, that is a shame. That is a shame. I mean, Deku still played alright. I will say, I do think Sora did play better there. I don't want to take anything away from Deku. Deku still played well. But I do think Sora did play a little bit better in those games, but did draw a lot worse. That is just like my personal opinion on that. To be fair, it's part of every card game, but it's a bit more apparent in Rush. Yes, we have a lot less consistency tools in Rush, as well as a lot of other card games. You're able to mitigate your bad draws by changing ratios, and a lot of the time, Like, the only other card game where I can feel like it is that apparent is in Magic the Gathering, when you draw too many or too few lands. Because that feels like ass. And sometimes, there's just nothing you can do about it. I lost to OG Art Common Rare Prima Katana. Ah, fake Psychic player. Unfortunately, it happens. Again, by the looks of it, you just drew all your boss monsters, which is exactly how we lost as well. So, you know, we are together in solidarity in our bricking. How does Modern Rush go about unbricking? So we have a lot of cards that basically, you know, they're trade-in effects. So everyone should know trade-in from speed, if we can spell trade-in correctly. So trade-in, discard a card, a level 8, draw 2 cards. We basically get cards like this. There is more than just this. So this is the Rush version. Obviously, it's exactly the same. But we also do get... this is the most popular one. This is Ship of 7 Treasures, which is, you can't read the effect entirely here, but it's send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, draw 1 card. Then if you sent a level 7 monster to the graveyard, you can draw an additional card. So we do have stuff like that. Game 2-eye Divergence in hand. Didn't set because I thought it was enough. Ah, I see. That's a shame. I mean, even in game 2 though, you still had to go aggressive, right? You had two boss monsters. So if you didn't summon them, wouldn't you have just been in a situation where you just ended your turn with 2 bosses in hand anyway? So, like, I could be wrong, but I feel like you still did brick in a way. Holy, that card is insane. Yeah, these cards are so good. There's also, is it Saturn? Yeah, we also have this one, Saturnius' Orb. If you have a face-up level 6 monster on your field, you can send a monster from your hand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. So we have a lot of cards like these, and all of these cards are basically played as 3-ofs, right? If you're playing a 6-axis deck, you play 3 copies of Saturnius. If you're playing an 8-axis deck, you play 3 copies of thingy. And then if you're playing a deck that basically has a bunch of different levels, you play Pot of Arrogance. Which is, during the turn you have not activated a spell card, draw 2 cards. You cannot activate spell cards for the rest of the turn. Didn't matter though, 100. Yeah, feels bad. Feels bad. All the music you've had has been playing since I joined are all bangers. Well, this is our stream playlist. This is our just banging video game music that we've liked and collected from over the years. These cards might make me play Rush. That's what I mean. We need the consistency tools. So another really good consistency tool is, it's got a funny name, but it's Nobody's Scat Thief. So this card is bonkers, right? So when a monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's attack or their card effect, which is, again, very important, attack or card effect, draw 3 cards. So already you're like, that's a bit weird. Why do you want to draw 3 cards? But then we can send 1 or more cards from our hand to the graveyard. Sorry, so let's just break that bit down for now, right? Draw 3, and then we have to send at least 1. So it's at least draw 2, discard 1. So we can draw 2, discard our bricks. If our hand is really, really bad, or our hand doesn't out what our opponent currently has, we could send our entire hand to the graveyard, even after just drawing 3 cards, and then just draw a brand new hand of 5 cards next turn. This card is so good for consistency. But, on top, then if you have no monsters on your field, you take no battle damage from your opponent's level 8 or lower monsters attacks this turn. So this is basically also Slime. So it's so good. This is, I think, as well, why I got confused with Slime on Tuesday when we were playing, because I was confusing Slime's effect with this card's effect, which this one makes it so that you don't take damage from your opponent's level 8 or lower monsters. These feels like 3-ofs, much like staple hand traps in the TCG. Nobody's Scat Thief feels like a card they would drop as a bundle card, probably as a limit 1-2. Exactly, it's so good. I mean, for a long time, it started to seeing less play now, but for like a year, this card was like a 1 or a 2-of in every single deck. Like, it's just so good. It's just amazing, right? It just is so good to like, it's... The best part is, if you're playing like a combo deck, like you're playing like a fusion deck, you can just draw into like your fusion play, and then send everything else to the graveyard and be like, well, next turn I'm having my combo. And if you're able to use this card when you already have a full hand, let's say you end your turn with 5 cards in hand, because you don't need to play anything, you then draw 3, so you got to 8 cards, you're forced to discard 1, and then you draw 1 for turn, which means you start the turn with 8 cards in hand, which again, is insane. Like, it's so good. Let's check back in with the tournament real quick, because I believe Draco is on the stream. Draco playing the Aquas, playing against the Psychic, which is pretty big. All of these draw cards will probably be 1 copy because it's 30 cards. It'll be too much, I think. I think you could easily D2. Easily, you could do 2 per deck. Depending on the deck, like, if you're playing, for example, a fusion deck, I wouldn't be surprised if in your deck you played 3 copies of fusion, legend spell, legend trap, you know, slime, and then 3 consistency cards. Because basically fusion decks are combo decks, right? The whole point is to turbo through your deck as fast as possible to get to that one sick play that tries to end the game on the spot, or that just gains a load of advantage, or gives you a ton of board presence, right? Draco bad at Avenge Sora. Well, we'll have to see, because Draco is not against Deku. So if we go and take a look over here, this should update in a sec. So Draco is over here, playing in this bracket. Deku is down here playing in this bracket. Then the guy that beat us is down here. And then down here, we've seen quite a few people drop. Rafuta is gone. We've seen, like, Neo got kicked out. Kaiser got kicked out. There's a lot of interesting games going on here. Right, so we're taking a lot of damage here. So we could have gotten a lot more damage in had we cleared... I guess it would have been, what, 1,300 more damage? We could have put our opponent on 700. But we're only on 16 ourselves, and we have quite a weak board. 2 back row, so it's going to be those back row, really. Deku is versus Ra. That's one of the people whose names I always, like, lose track of. Ra's Japanese name, I'm so bad at, like, recognizing. I maybe need to recognize, like, the picture. That's what I need to start doing. Because what is the picture currently on Ra? Again, assuming they don't change it. It is an anime girl with massive tits. Okay, that should be quite easy to remember. But, you know, a lot of these Japanese players do like that sort of avatar, so maybe it won't be as easy to remember. Duan, are you still in? Unfortunately, no. Duan got knocked out in round 1. Basically the same as the rest of us. Okay, so we can boost this up to 32. So that is lethal. We are threatening lethal. Now, clearly our opponent's going to have something. Okay, there goes the slime. This is such a cool tournament. It's a shame that so many of us got knocked out early, but this is still such a cool tournament. I want to know what the other brackets are playing. We know what Deku's on. Oh no, Ra is the other one. I'm getting confused. What is Ra's picture? Oh, that's... I recognize Ra's name as well. I just need to, like, commit it to memory. Ra's... I think it's Koyabashi Dragon Maid character is Ra's picture. We can try and remember that. Alright, will Draco Kid be able to overcome his opponent here? That's a pretty big milling the Legend Trap. Ra is probably on Psychic or Cyberse. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, we can ask Deku later, right? Deku's a regular. We can shoot him a message. That's assuming Deku wins. Oh, that's a little bit scary. That's just lethal. That is just lethal. That's Draco Kid losing this game. I don't know which game this is. One day everyone is going to change Start GG avatars. Listen, right? As long as it's... If it's the English community, I don't care. I don't look at their avatars. If it's the Japanese community, I am going to be completely out of it. I'm going to lose track of everyone. Game 1, I played around it. Okay. So I have to see what happens there. All right, we'll check back on this in a minute. But now, while we wait for the next game to like kick off, we're gonna play a game as Giastrike, right? We have to play a bit of Rush in the Rush stream. Okay, we have to play a little bit of Rush in the Rush stream. I enjoy it. If only they didn't nerf Noodle Ninja that hard, it would be even better. It's a weird one, because like I was the primary Noodle guy, right? Like I was the guy that was bringing it constantly. I won so many tournaments on Noodles. But I can understand why Noodle got hit. My only grievance with it is nerf the other decks as well. I would still like to see Cyburst get a hit, I would still like to see Machine get a hit, and I would still like to see Royal Rebels get a hit. In a way, I do also want to see Overlord get a hit, even though it feels like it's not on the same level as any of those decks we just mentioned. I think as long as those decks also get a nice big slap in the face, it doesn't matter too much that Noodle got hit. But Noodle, again, is a deck that kept a lot of other decks, like, out of the game. Man, this is searching for opponents taking a while. I'll tell you, we'll abort because the other game has already started. So we'll just go and watch this. Let's see if Draco can make a comeback. Noodle looked pretty cool. Noodle is a deck that when it first came out, people were like, oh, this is really cool, this is refreshing, this is a really cool build. And then people started putting trap cards in it. And then it slowly became, I hate playing against Noodle. They just stall, and they don't attack ever. They attack with like one monster each turn and burn me a lot. And then Noodle slowly became more and more hated over time. Noodle Ninja deserved hit, but I think they nerfed them too hard. Yes, I think they either needed either the skill change or extra spice to 3. I don't think they needed both. And I do think that realistically, Konami is trying to put a limit 3 in every deck because they don't want people to be able to use these limit 3 cards that are intended for other decks in their pile decks, right? It's to the point where I think they might actually slap a limit 3 on Aqua somewhere. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Seahorse Carrier goes to limit 3 or something. Or, you know, Seahorse Carrier comes off of limit 3, but then we limit 3 something else. Just because it's a deck currently that can play any limit 3 they want, right? We can play Gazelle, you can play Majesty. You just do what you want, really. Okay, we hit check, which is pretty good. Draco still higher up on life points, which is, you know, where you want to be, but also kind of not where you want to be, because you're against Psychic. It's looking a little bit spicy here. We're going to have to see what the Psychic player decides to do. Currently, 2 15s on the board. We have already used our skill. I didn't see what we searched with the skill, but our Candy is currently at level 5. So I assume our opponent is currently doing some maths. He's trying to work out how exactly we can close the game, or at least threaten lethal. Ah, we're in the middle of the search, I see. So we did add the Prima. Yeah, they really seem to hate traps in Duel Links Rush right now. They don't release too many of them, and decent ones automatically limited in some way. I think a big part of it is that they are terrified, like actually terrified, of Dark Revelation. That card shaped the meta and gave us like tier 0 meta for so long that they're like, we cannot let this happen in Rush Duel Links. Because if we did have a tier 0 meta, I genuinely think a lot of people would have just fallen off the game really, really quick, just out of sheer boredom. Not even necessarily, because the tier 0 Dragon Caster / Machine Caster decks, they're not even, like, unfun. They're generally quite interactive, and the mirror is very interesting, and can lead to some very high-level gameplay, because, you know, it's almost a bit like GOAT format, in that, like, you know what each other's have, and you're just, like, slowly playing around these, like, very powerful one-offs. But, I think, again, card games are built on diversity. They're built on different characters, especially Duel Links, which is built around having a bunch of different anime characters, having new product releasing, and having that product be very impactful. I think a tier 0 meta is never going to be too healthy for that style of game. So they peeled back on the traps. And every time traps do suddenly get reasonably strong, they get hit. They get hit, they get hit, they get hit. I mean, every single set we have that comes out, we barely get any traps. We even just had a trap-based boss monster come out in Trapigeon, or what's it called, Night Vision, and we don't have a good enough pool of traps, in my opinion, to let that card thrive as well as it would like to. Now, you can still make the Night Vision deck work. I think it's just, you're going to have to put in a lot more effort, and there are just some games that just be unwinnable. How Dark Revelation is too strong? Recycle 7 Road Magician. So, Dark Revelation is Mirror Force. That is basically the beginning and end of it. Being able to Mirror Force your opponent and having 3 copies of it in your deck suddenly makes it so why would you be playing any deck that can't run 3 Mirror Force? You know, Mirror Force turns out is quite strong, so having 3 of it is really, really good. And then it turns into, well, if you're not playing Mirror Force, what are you doing? 225 and negate attack is enough. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It depends if he has any back row hate. Any back row hate and this game is over. If he doesn't have the back row hate, then we are chilling. We know he's got a check in the graveyard. If we ever get Dark Revelation, it will be a lifetime reward and limit 3 for sure. The thing is, Dark Revelation is fine to come out much later, right? The card is not seen and not really seeing any play in the current metagame. Even in Spellcaster decks, people are like, it's just too slow now. So, eventually, it will be fine. Not for a while. Like, it could happily come out at 3 copies if we had every single card in the current, like, Go Rush metagame. It's like there is a lot of other traps that we still don't have from the very first starter decks. Like, we don't have the dragon traps. We don't have Dragonic Counterattack, which is a dragon trap that lets you pop a monster. And we don't have Dragonic Emergence, I think it's called, which is like lets you cheat a dragon out from your hand. We just don't have those cards. Okay, so it does threaten lethal. But as we know, Draco has revealed to us that he does have the negate attack, so this isn't going to work. Both players at 1500 life. So if we do summon a normal monster, we can boost the D and Keto to 32. That is 1000 damage. If we're able to find an extra 500 damage somewhere, we can threaten lethal. Our opponent does still have 2 back row. They have slime. Well, if we know they have slime because of delays, then it does get a bit difficult. In which case, the game plan is going to be you have to force the slime or buy time till you can pop the slime. We'll have to see what happens. Also, this rush ladder, kinda dead. Tomato, get on so I can snipe you. Listen, we're watching Draco right now. It's very important. I really, really hope that Angel does not mind us just restreaming his stream. Because I really want to watch this, and this is really exciting for me. Okay, unfortunately we did not gain the life points. I think we basically were just hoping for the life points there. Okay, we're emptying our own hand. We're getting rid of our opponent's cards. We do, however, have a 1100 attack monster stuck in attack mode. This will allow us to force out the back row, assuming that we know that they have it. But if we do go straight to battle phase, it is a little bit... Oh no! The stream! Okay, jump ahead a little bit. Right, there is the slime. Okay. So we are denying our opponent as many resources as possible, but we have no back row and we do only have an 1100 attack monster on the field. Now, I do respect going for the gambit of trying to draw into something, because again, if your opponent does get access to just a jump up and a Candy, the game is over. But it's looking like our opponent's going to be able to do that anyway. So we can add that, gains the 1000 life points, it's going to summon the Candy, activate the skill, target the Candy, and we're going to take either the Jump Up or the Prima. It shouldn't really matter which, because we should have access to the other one when we have 5 cards in our hand. We are going to take the Prima. I'm expecting just straight up a Jump Up to slam down. Oh, we're just going to have to tribute over. There's no reason to sit on the Candy. Yeah, so now we're just going to summon out the Prima, and then unfortunately that is going to be lethal. Which is, I believe, that's the 2-0. Which is a shame. Draco obviously did give it his best shot. Did draw a little bit poorly. And it just came down to who had the trap cards that could land. And unfortunately, our psychic opponent did win that. That's GG, sorry bros. No, Draco, you played well. I mean, the only thing that, like, arguably is, like, a little bit sus was summoning out the Fashion of Faith. But if you don't summon out the Fashion of Faith, it's just as risky, because if your opponent does just summon something that clears over the 25 and games you, you're screwed anyway. On top of the fact that if you do just turn everything sideways, again, there is a chance your opponent just has a way to get through it, something like Tribute to the Doomed, or he could be playing something like Agent to just get a direct attack in. But with that, that is going to mean that Psychic does advance. We'll have to see who won here if this updates, or if they've even finished their game. It looks like no one else has finished their games yet. So we are going to go ahead and jump over here. Melody was killing me. Yeah, Melody is so good. It's why it's a shame when you just don't see it. Like, when we were playing in Grand Prix, we just never saw Melody against Dwan, which just feels really bad, right? Because if Dwan is able to find his Tauners and is able to flip our guys up, but we can't summon out Melody to put pressure on him, it's very imbalanced, right? I feel like that matchup does come down to like who finds their way that breaks sets 3 past more consistently. This hand. I'm not a fan of this hand, but we do get to empty the hand, so we can't be too upset with that, right? We'll pass on that. Next time, bros. Well, with any luck, Quantum's tournament will be tonight, right? Assuming that that is happening. So, when that does happen, we will get to play again. Which will be nice, right? Because we can just have another shot. Basically, it's the same, like, format, right? Single elimination. And with any luck, we will all perform a little bit better. Time to bring in Psychics. Ooh. Looks like the Psychic army will just continue to grow. No, we're against machines. He is playing the Assault Armored, which is an interesting one. It's level 7, so this is a deck that actually our deck should have an okay time against. Alright, how exactly does our skill work again? We haven't read this since the skill got leaked. During the turn you have normal summoned illusions. Choose one dark deck, add it to your hand. To the end of your turn, the battle damage inflicted by your opponent's level by your level 7 dark action monsters is halved. Okay. So I don't think there's a reason to use 7 shift. So we will... What is this? This is Sports Dragon Slugger. Well, he's kind of terrible, isn't he? Let's go Essel. Activate Essel. Mill 2. That's unfortunate that we milled the Tribute to the Doom, but it is what it is. Then we'll go ahead and Tribute 1. Tribute 2. We'll drop down the boy. Then we could just activate this, but it depends what we hit. I also like the idea of getting a brick out of the deck, so I think we are going to do this, and we will grab out the Steel Striking Dragon Mirror Gears, or Meta Gears. Activate the effect. Discard. Then we'll summon out Dragorite, and we'll just summon out Siesta, and hopefully get some damage in. Swing! That does not work against me, sir! You will now taste 2,700 damage! And we pass. Quantum Rush later. Exactly. What I love doing is summon something, use skill, add... Summon? Use skill, add something to hand, activate 7 shift for 2 bosses. Ooh, that's not a bad shout, actually. They would still both do half damage. And I do kind of still want to get my hand empty. But... Oh, he's going to pop my Meta Gears. Rude. So if I'm not mistaken, the skill only adds from deck, right? From your deck and add it to your hand. Until the end of your next turn, the battle damage. That's so awkward. So that means even if we summon out a boss next turn, it still gets halved. I think we just take this. I don't think we're worried about keeping him around. Well, speaking of summoning extra bosses. So, I mean, we can 7 shift one out if we want. It'd be 1250, which is still more damage. So we'll set. Just change its attribute. Easy, easy. Yeah, we'll just change the attribute. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon this. Go ahead and activate the skill. Target. Grab that. Then... We'll go 7 shift. Discard this. Summon this out. Activate Mirror Gears. Discard this. Target this. That's not even lethal, is it? Because that'd be 1250, 1250, which is... No, yeah, that's lethal. Yeah, we're fine, right? If we reduced it down to 0, that would have been 25 plus, yeah, 4,000. Yeah, we were fine. We were fine. Everything was fine. That's lethal, it's lethal. Thank you. Believe it or not, whenever I'm in a tournament and I have to do like quick maths, I will just whip out the calculator. That is legit what I just do. I'm just like, no, we're just slapping out the calculator. I'm not trusting my own quick head maths. Right, let's jump into another one. Let's also go and check and see how the tournament is progressing. Who is this? So, is this Ra? Who's he playing against? That's Deku. No, this is the game down at the bottom, right? Who are these players? Yeah, okay, so we're watching the current 4th game. Again, you can't see it. But it looks like there is... It was Monarch, Blue Eyes Monarch versus Cyburst, and Cyburst looks to be winning at the moment. Yeah, these are certainly cards, aren't they? I guess we're gonna do this, set this, and pass the turn. I calc in my head. I mean, we can't all be a human calculator like Draco, okay? Some of us are just too old. We're just too old. That's all it is. Okay. So is this going to be Red Eyes Monarch? Is that what we're against? I'm going to guess Red Eyes Monarch. Oh, heck. Is that the Red Eyes Black Dragon? Well, there goes our Dragorite. Feels bad. I mean, we have a boss monster. We can apply pressure. Let's flip Essel. Activate Essel. Mill some cards. We'll flip up Slugger. We'll go for the Inferno. Pop a back row. We'll activate Inferno. Pop a back row. We will then go ahead and tribute 2 of these beauties. Slap this down. Summon. Summon. Go ahead and activate Dark Giastrike, and we'll grab out Metagears. Activate the effect. Discard the Metagears. Reduce. Go to battle. Swing over this. Shalap. Shalap. Get him for the 12. Get him for the 15. And then we'll pass. I mean, so far this is looking alright. Now, if that was a Blue Eyes White Dragon and not a Red Eyes Black Dragon, we could not have Metagearsed it. But you know. It's not that I misplay, it's that I see another play that could give me more advantage, and I go for that, but those don't always pay off. Blue Eyes Black Dragon. The best form of Blue Eyes. It's funny as well, because that means we're playing the Burst String to be used with the unsearchable Bright Dragons. Speak of the devil! So man just hard drew Kyberman and Blue Eyes Bright. And then has 2! Oh my... And he milled exactly Bright! This man is cracked! Oh, how did he do it? How does he do it? He drew so unbelievably perfect. This is actually Kyber. Okay. This is looking kind of dicey. We need... Unfortunately, Metagears or Mirror Gears does not work against this. This is looking kind of spicy, not gonna lie. I guess we just set. I think we just have to go defensive until we find a Metagears. I don't see how else we deal with this without getting Metagears. Dragon, rock the dragon. If only we drew meta. I mean, we still have 2 metas in the deck. Right, we need to find one. Oh, he did not. He did not just in the 5 draw find Kyberman and a 3rd Blue Eyes Bright Dragon. No way. Brother in Christ, I have a family. Right, Dragon's Inferno. That's fine, we don't really care about either of our back row. Ah, MST my MST. Well, this is looking kind of spicy. Let's see if we can do anything here. Okay, that's... if we still had our card, we'd feel a lot better. But... if that back row's nothing, we are fine. If that back row is something, we are not fine. Alright. We'll go pitcher. Activate pitcher. Bring back slugger. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the skill. Add Metagears. We're going to activate Metagears effect. We're going to discard this Mirror Gears. We're then going to activate 7 Shift. The misplay immediately. We just clicked the wrong card because we're a dumbass. Well, that's fine. We didn't want to win the game anyway. I guess we'll just set this now then. We'll go battle and we'll see if it would have paid off. Oh, he had a back row anyway. We fluffed that. We fluffed that entirely. We just wanted to summon, but instead we sent it to the graveyard. That's fine. So he had a back row that he could have activated. What do we think that is? If that's slime, it would have done nothing anyway. So it could just be slime. It also could be negate attack, but he just chose not to use it because he didn't realize that they were gonna... he was gonna lose 2. And he was like, well, I've already lost 1. I might as well just lose the other one now. Dragon's Inferno. Losing the TSA does kind of suck, but like... the problem we have now is that we've used all 3 of our Metagears. So it's not looking great for us, not gonna lie. Likely slime, if it was negate attack, I'd use it there. No reason not to. Well, he might not have understood how our card worked. There should be a reason not to. I think someone just changed their card to defense on accident. It doesn't matter anyway, but... it does matter, okay. Again, I don't think this last turn is going to do anything for us. We have 4 cards left in deck. Even if we pop one of his guys, it doesn't do anything for us. I think we only play the 1 TSA, right? Oh, we have a second TSA. We haven't seen it yet. We still have a second TSA in the deck. How many back row hit has he used? 1, 2. Right, we set. We set. Do we just turn his back row off is the question. We'd have to mill 1, which we're not doing. We're not doing that. The thing is, even if we put our bosses back into our deck, we can't draw them this turn. We still have a Dragius in our deck, actually, don't we? We do. We still have Dragius in the deck. So we're going to set this. We're going to hope that Dragius and TSA are both in the top 3. That is the best play we have, I think. Let's see what happens. So I need a card left in deck. Oh, but if we TSA, we'd be able to put a load of cards back in the deck anyway. He just won't pop our back row. Oh, wait, no, because we're going to draw 3 after this. I keep forgetting this mills. Right, we're going to mill 1. It's not going to be TSA or Dragius. Oh, that's going to be the game, isn't it? TSA being milled there has just decided this. Oh, that is so sad. If we still had TSA, I actually think we're in an okay spot. With TSA gone, that is just game over. There's nothing we can do. Oh, well. We tried. We tried. Alright. Lovely music just keeps stopping, doesn't it? Let's see how the games are going. So there's currently a Psychic v Psychic game going on. Which means Deku lost to Ra, who was playing Psychic. So Psychic beat Psychic, and now Psychic is playing against Psychic. We'll tune back in when the finals roll around, I think. Look at that back row. I doubt it's nothing. I mean, we did have access to the unicorn, the bicorn, the tricorn, to turn one of them off. Manicist on his 6-win streak, playing his shit deck. But can it beat our even shitter deck? Find out next time. Blue eyes with red eyes are stronger. I mean, it doesn't help that any deck that plays level 8s is going to immediately have a massive advantage against us because our Mirror Gears just doesn't work. Which was always going to suck. Right, we'll go Essel. Activate Essel. Mill 2. Add a card. I'm going to take this Meta Gears. Then... how do we wish to advance here? The problem is, without 3 monsters with attack points, there's no, like, reason to go hyper-aggressive. Like, there just isn't. I could add a card, because I'm not going to do any damage this turn anyway. Right, we'll set this. Set this. Why can't we use our skill? Is it like... normal summoned? Okay. So that's what's causing that. I mean, that's fine either way. We'll just go battle. We'll just swing. Alright, let's see what he's got. On Go Rush X. Are they? I was just joking. Kind of untested is kind of where we're at right now. So the guy that beat us got knocked out. So we actually will probably know every single deck in this tournament. Yes, we will. We'll know every single deck, which is great. That means we will know all of the top 8 for the spreadsheet, which is so good for us. Magical Stream! Tribute for Dark Magician go. Activate TSA. Actually, what's that card in hand that we're not playing yet? Ah, 1400. Draw for turn. Dragon's Inferno is quite nice. I guess we'll flip up Sports Dragon Pitcher. We'll go ahead and activate Dragon's Inferno and pop this. Then... I don't think it makes too much difference, right? Tribute 1, Tribute 2, Summon, Summon, Summon. Go ahead and activate the skill. We'll grab a Meta Gears here. Activate the effect. Discard. Target that. Go to battle. Swing over that for 750. Get in for 15. Get in for 1,000. Fast turn. First Blue Eyes, now Dark Magician, DM meta or something. I mean, DM had some like new cards, but I don't know about meta. Now they aren't. If they were, that's funny. Though Rush be like Blue Eyes Monarch are popping up. They're probably high tier 2/low tier 1. I mean, we'll go for the 50-50. If we do manage to hit something, that's pretty big. Hey! Can't use that. I guess we'll just go this, right? Just summon this, go to battle. Victory! I mean, we are quite thankful that wasn't Blue Eyes, because Blue Eyes turns our deck off. Fortunately, that doesn't turn our deck off. I see Dark Curtain as a monster, so everything's possible. I mean, basically, it kind of is. DM isn't used, basically just mid. You do have Thousand Knives, Dark Curtain, etc., but it's not enough. Tomato can call me out if I'm lying. Draco never tells the truth ever. All he ever does is lie. Never believe this man. Nah, Draco's pretty much spot on. Literally all high levels. Wow. That does happen when we run a crap ton of them, unfortunately. I assume you're on... what? 3 Dark Magician Girl, 1 Dark Magician, and then 2 or 3 of the, Wilhel, I assume? Now, having Thousand Knives as a limit 1, funny for me. It's a shame as well. I really wish it was limit 3. Because, like, at 3 copies, that card's actually kind of good. Especially when you can tutor out the monster that's used with it. Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, set 5. Pass the turn. Oh, so this is literally the bracket of the old versus the new. So in the tournament, I guess we'll grab it up quick because no one cares about my game anyway. The current, so the one bracket was Psychic versus Psychic. The other one is Cyburst versus Royal Rebel. So it's Royal Rebel, Cyburst, Psychic, Psychic as the top 4. Obviously, Psychic's made, you know, top 2. Yeah, that's fine. You can... I will allow it. He's also looked at something. What did he... He looked... He saw our slime. He knows we have it. The problem is, how do we beat this Blue Eyes? We literally need to get a TSA or a Tribute to the Doomed. This is a maximum right now. We have no way to deal with this. Wait, I think we just chill, right? What else can we do? I could get this out, attack over that, and then nothing. Or we could just... If we summon it, we will get access to the Mirror Gears to hand. So maybe that is worth doing. Like, we lose a body on the field, but... it does get an extra card out of the deck, at the very least. I could activate the effect to discard it as well, because we don't really want to draw into it. We are going to need a boss monster at some point, though. So I don't want to, like, throw them all in the bin. But then we'll only get 3 draws. I think we'll just swing over. Alright. DM can still attack, Tomato, but I care. From what I see, both are DM have spellcaster support from Seven's Road, Blue Eyes have dragons, and vanilla to revive. We have the new spellcaster guide to get back DM. We have the skill that can cheat it out. Essel, Blue Eyes can't use Dragius sadly because of the skill, but the deck right now is best with the new Monarch cards. Stop popping on my back row, you jerk. I'm going back to my other DM. I think this one is just too much of a meme. That's fair enough. I know, right? Pick Dragius with Dream Ticket because I hope I can... okay, we'll just let these both die. That's fine. Tomato hot take, run TSA. I mean, it's starting to feel that way, but I think a bigger issue is starting to... well, there's TSA. Unfortunately, we've just lost our bloody cards to help out with that. This is a little bit awkward. The problem is, if we go aggressive, and that back row stops us, it has to be, like, exactly negate attack, right? Otherwise, we're fine. Right, we're going to activate the 7 shift. We are going to get rid of this, because I just don't want it in my hand right now. We'll summon this out. Wait. It didn't get normal summoned! Alright, we have learning pains, right? This is our first time playing with these, so we're going to be struggling a little bit, but that is fine. That is completely fine. Man, yeah, summoning Dragius there is just so much better, but that's because, again, we weren't This is our first time playing the deck. We're going to be making, like, little mistakes. It's okay. I thought we'll see us throw in attack mode. We'll just put these 3 back. We'll see if we can't clear. Unfortunately, if it is exactly negate attack, then our opponent is the protagonist and we weren't supposed to win. Oh, do not tell me it's exactly negate attack. Bro, I'm dipping. I'm dipping. I can't beat the protagonist. We can't beat the protagonist. It's not happening. Alright. That game didn't happen. So he drew for turn. Will hell to pop both of our back row hate and then set negate attack. That is so exactly perfect for that exact situation. He was the protagonist. He was the protagonist. We can't beat the protagonist, which is fine. We're not supposed to beat the protagonist. We're a side character. We've always been a side character. Unfortunately, it looks like the tournament is currently in between rounds right now. Has anything been decided? Are we going into the finals yet? Yeah, so the finals is about to start. We're against Metallica. We're against a band from early 90s, I want to say, Metallica. We're going first, and we do have the Essel in hand, which is, you know, never where you really want it, going first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last turn. Tomato, how many pro tags will you meet today? That's the issue. There's so many different versions of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. There's so many protagonists. There's hundreds of them at this point. By the way, only I hate the fact that Rush Monarch Monster is a Cyberse type. I mean, there had to be some sort of type, right? And the other type for the cards is Galaxy, right? They could have all just been Galaxy, but they wanted to make them a bit special. Can't believe we lost our 7 shift. Ugh. So the finals of the tournament, by the way, is Psychic being piloted by Ra against the Royal Rebels piloted by Lich Jasper. Boop. Boop. Chose not to attack with the last one. Okay. That is a hand, isn't it? How do we want to play this? We have 3 bodies to tribute. I think we have to get some cards out of our hand. There's no realistic way to get extras. That's just not happening. Tribute to that, discard that. It's probably the play. Okay, we will tribute 1, tribute 2, slap down the boy, flip up Siesta Torero. We'll go ahead and use Metagear's effect. Then the question is, are we going to use TSA? We don't need to. Part of me wants to hold it because getting damage in is nice, but this is our out to a maximum if he does slap on down. Then we will go to battle phase. We will swing over this. We'll swing over this. And we'll swing over this. It's not a ton of damage, but we have gathered some resources. We have cleared his entire board. If he wants to max us, he has to top deck it. I really hate this card. Please. I need both of these back row, which is the issue. Well, he knew that one was live, so he did prioritize that one. Which, again, is fine. We don't really mind losing Buffered Slime here. Be like me and pick Spellcasters. Or even better, pick Warriors. Warriors are kind of base. The problem is the Warrior deck right now is Ice Sock, which is like, it's still a Warrior deck, but it's also a little bit Wing Beastie. Oh no, we've lost attack points. Because this skill is still busted for no reason. I think... Imagine if Chaos Femtron went to 3. Do you think that would be too bad? Do you think that would be too strong? There's a bot. Get out of here, bot. Maximum burn! Ice Arc is fine. I'm not playing the Maximum Warrior deck. Why would you not play Vast Vulcan? Vast Vulcan's cool. Those are cards. We can put some cards back in our deck if we want, but we lose damage. So I don't see a point. I guess we're going to use that. Right, summon, summon. Tribute 2. Summon the boy. Activate his effect. TSA. Probably want those back. Probably want those back. We'll put you back as well. Oh, it was only 4 anyway. Never mind. We miscounted how many we had. Reduce. Set 1. Set 2. Go to battle. Swing over this. Shalap. Swing over this. Shalap. Pass turn. So we couldn't have gotten any more damage in. The only other thing we could have done would be just to set 2 monsters and pass. Which, you know, depending on how this turn goes, could have actually kept us alive. But we might die here. Femdron to 2, Hydron back unlimited. I'm not going to lie, I would kind of like to see Femtron and Hydron hit. Like, I think having... It's difficult to say because they already have a limit 3, but that limit 3 is not super impactful because you can play it at 2 copies anyway. So their limit 3 card isn't a real limit 3 because it's a card that very few people will play at 3 anyway. Well, the deck was already a bit shit before Chaos Femtron came out. Chaos Femtron came out and made the deck good. Well, I think we're dead here, lads. Unless he just doesn't have a normal, then there's hope. That's not in attack mode. Hope initiated. Down to 11. What is that did not have 1100 attack? Boltracorn as well, that's very funny. So we can summon that, use its effect, slap, slap. We can pop that, slap, slap, attack directly, GG. Okay. So we'll go Boltracorn. We don't even need to use the Boltracorn, but we're going to use the Boltracorn. Turn that off. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Oh, wait, that's not going to be lethal, is it? So when I activate that, we'll lose a card. That's going to be, what, 500 damage? 17. Are you kidding me? We don't have lethal. Or we just pop that, attack for 1,000. We'd still only have 1 monster. Or we don't use the pop. We swing into that, swing into that. That would be, what, 500? Swing and then 17. That's still not lethal. Is there anything we can do here? Do you have TSA? We do not have TSA. I don't think there's any way to finagle this. So now the question becomes, do we just leave this in attack mode? Like, we don't have to go all in with these two. Alright, we'll go Dark Giastrike. We'll grab out Mirror Gears. We'll activate the effect. Send this. We're just going to set these two. Go to battle. Swing into this. Swing into this. So we die to the max. And we die to our Hydron. Outside of those two things, we're basically okay here. Let's see what he does. So, have you watched Pokemon before? Yes. Yes, we have. We've watched many a Pokemons. Oh wait, we'll also be dead to Receptacle Mani, right? Because Mani will reduce us by 900. Plus the 800, which is, what, 17? Well. It is what it is. Yeah, there he is. Fernium reduces by 600. What does that put us down to? 11? So we take... Oh, we take 12? Oh, that's so close to not being dead. But unfortunately, it is barely lethal. Ah, that is a shame, bro. Barely lethal. Okay, that's fine. We'll, that was a good enough replay to keep, I think. That had some back and forth. It was a pretty close game. I don't know. Did we see traps that game? I'm trying to remember if we saw either of our traps. I don't think we saw them. Actually, let's go and have a look. For now, let's check out the finals of this tournament. This is the finals going on right now. I don't know what game they're on. But this is Psychic versus Royal Rebels. The deck of the People's Champion versus the arguably best deck in the format. Let's see what happens. Hit Legend 1 using Toons. When will Rush bring in Toons? I wouldn't be surprised if they did get some sort of rework, but the current archetypes coming in that are like older archetypes are all GX archetypes. Like, we had Cyber Dragons ages and ages and ages ago. We've just had Heroes, and we're now just getting Ancient Gears. Right, well, Doom's going to blow up the board, burn for 1100. We're going to set a back row, try and attack in. We do have the Slime, which is going to cost us 25 or 2,000 life points, which is still better than the 25 we would have taken. I wish we'd seen Toons and Rush Duel. The thing is, all of the stuff that comes to Rush does get like a nice reimagining. So I wouldn't be surprised if Toons did come, if they worked differently. Because we don't have continuous spells already, so Toon World doesn't work. It would have to be a field spell. Then I think the limitation on not being able to attack the turn they're summoned would have to go. Wait, I just realized we can still get the OG Monarchs in Rush. Yeah, but they are all in Rush, except they're all Legend cards. Yeah, but they are all Legend. There we go. Not in Rush. I was saying I wish they would make them. Toon Kingdom is a field. Yeah, but Toon Kingdom, I think Toon Kingdom would be less likely to come out in Rush than Toon World. I think they'd rather just make Toon World a field spell and not have like the life point cost attached to it. Like reimagine Toon World, because I don't think you'd want Toon Kingdom. Like, I think Toon Kingdoms would be too strong for us. Still 2,400 for one tribute that can pop something is good. Oh, yeah. So, people actually do unbelievably underestimate a lot of the Monarch cards. So, Zaborg is a really good card. But it's not just really good because it's a 2,400 that pops a monster, right? It's good because of Censor Duckbill. Because Censor Duckbill gets you a level 5 to 8 Thunder monster from your graveyard back to your hand. So if you can keep recycling Zaborg the Thunder Monarch back to your hand relatively easily, suddenly that's really good. You can use sometimes multiple Zaborgs in a turn, depending on how everything's set up. It can be really crazy. Then Riser is just bonkers, right? Targets a spell, trap, or monster, puts it to the top, gets rid of maximums, gets rid of fusions. Obviously on fusions it's always going to be so good. Mobius isn't in the game yet. Thestalos is a bit mid. Grandmarg's a bit mid. But you know. Oh, we have the Jamp check. Are we going to see what we need? We do find the Slime and the Genie. We pop the Slime. But what's that last mystery card? We have no way of knowing. Did our opponent find the only trap card? Or is there about to be? Oh, there it is. Right, again, we don't know if that was game 1, game 2, or game 3, because Tonemel is weird like that. How good would Mobius be in Rush? Pretty good, right. Yeah, it'd be really good. It'd be really good. There we go, that was it then. That was the finals. Ra is the champion of the tournament, which means Psychic has won another tournament. Let's go and take a look at Where is it? We come over to here. We've got to update. We have to update the list. It's very important. So, first place, Psychic. Second place, Royal Rebels. Third place was Cybers and another Psychic. Then 5th to 8th. Now we're going to have to use some memory here. So that was Psychic. That was also Psychic. So Psychic, Psychic, and then was it both Blue Eyes? Were these both Blue Eyes? That was Blue Eyes. That was Blue Eyes. Yeah, so it's both Blue Eyes Monarch. So with that, if we go and rejig our point total again, Psychic, currently after this result, is now the best performing deck, which is pretty exciting. Void, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Obviously you've been here for a while, but you've just followed, so you're now one of us, as it were. Bye. Bye, Void. It was nice knowing you. Sadly, Aqua's lost to God RNG Psychic. Well, you know, Psychic lost to God RNG Blue Eyes, so it happens. Cyburst, though, still here, still around. Even though machines, still nowhere to be seen. Still no machines. What happened to the machines, everyone? Where did they go? Why is no one playing them? But Royal Rebels still showing that they can still hang with the big boys. Very interesting. So, Blue Eyes is, like, the worst performing new deck that is doing well, right? But, like, it has 6 top 8, so it's popular. It's just not winning a whole ton right now. Hello, JD Scrub. Oh, Psychic's good now. Ah, I didn't see your previous message. Yes, Psychic is doing well. Psychic is currently the top performing deck. As we can see by our lovely pie charts here, we do have Psychic performing the absolute best right now, followed by Bubble Era, followed by Seven's Axel Road, then Cyburst, Royal Rebels, and the Blue Eyes lists, which is doing really, really good right now. We have the Quantum Rush, which should be later on today. Still hasn't been posted yet. Usually it would have been posted by now, but we'll see what actually happens there. Psychics won then. Yes, we had Psychic and Royal Rebel in the final. We had a Psychic mirror match leading up to it. So yeah, a lot of these were actually just Psychic matches, weren't they? Like, if we go and take a look. This was Psychic Psychic into Psychic Psychic. Who did he play before that? He played... So this was Psychic Psychic. And then before that, he played Rafuta, who I wouldn't be surprised if Rafuta was on Psychic. Actually, Ursus, you're here. What was Rafuta on? What did Rafuta play? Psychic 1, I entered with Aquas, but sadly lost to Psychics. Well, it happens, unfortunately. We can all be salty together. But, yeah, a lot of Psychic going on. Just an awful lot of Psychic. So much Psychic. But yeah, that was a really, really good tournament. And we've now updated the spreadsheet, so we're feeling pretty good about that. It was on Psychic. Okay, so that means, ladies and gentlemen, that our friend of the channel, Ra, played against Psychic, 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 and then Royal Rebels. So that's actually a very interesting metric, right? Would he have made it this far had he not played Psychic Mirror, Psychic Mirror, Psychic Mirror? Who knows? Who knows? I was on SAR. Oh, it's a shame. Because the SAR Psychic matchup is actually very, very tight, I think. I think Psychic should have a little bit of an advantage. Not an overwhelming one, but I think Psychic have the better tools to break the back row. That's my opinion. Bricked game 3 with no low levels. Again, that's another thing, right? Is that you basically play at least 7 tribute monsters in the SAR, whereas obviously Psychic only need to play 4, so it's less likely to brick. But yeah, the matchup is still very tight. They're very similar decks. I think when you really break the decks down, Psychic and SAR are very, very similar. They have a very similar game playstyle, very similar game plan. Psychic has the advantage there, yeah. Also, Tomato, Righteous Dragon in New Dragons. I don't like Righteous Dragon personally. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say I'm not a big fan of it personally. But yeah, where were we? We were playing Rush Duel, right? At some point, I'm sure we were playing some games at some point. Let's jump into another game and see what our next opponent has for us, shall we? I don't like it myself. It works. It recycles. It's fine. It's one of those things. Righteous Dragon originally came out very, very early in Rush's lifespan. It came out like super, super early. And what it was if you're already winning with dragons, you can now get out a third boss monster, because this is, again, we didn't have 7 Shift for ages. 7 Shift shouldn't even be out now. That's out super early. So if you wanted to get out a third boss monster, it was basically Righteous Dragon or nothing. Did we? I don't know. I don't remember any ranked ladder play. Ah, no, remember we beat Manicus when he was playing his Dark Magician deck. That was the only game he played though. None of the other ones mattered. Oh, it's a lot of setting. There's Essel. Is Essel going to sort us out, or is Essel going to betray us? Find out. Essel, hello, baby. Welcome to the field. Steel, striking, dragon, meta, gears. Where do we want to go with this, though? I almost just want to hold this. I mean, we could push to get a bit of damage in, but like 1,000 damage, unless that clears, and then we can get 25 in. Ah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Let's go for Dragon's Inferno. Let's pop this. See what it is. See if this gives us an inkling. That's a very good hit. I think there's no reason outside of just like clearing all of this stuff. Ah, screw it. Let's go for it. We'll set. Tribute 2. Drop the boy. We'll set this. Activate the skill. We're going to grab this, I think, just because I want the option to have both of them. Activate the effect, discard, go to battle, attack. It's Dark Magician! How exciting. Whoa, it's Dark Magician with a machine package. This is exciting. Notably, the Psychic I played against OTK'd with Shield and Sword. That's very on point for Psychic, I guess. I only say it because I've been testing it. And if you draw the one of Sports Dragon plus any other low level plus a boss and a Righteous Dragon, you can put 2 bosses on the board and recycle 2. That does sound like a lot of hoops to jump through, but it does sound pretty cool. Sean, is that Sean, Mark? How is it going, Sean? We actually caught one of your streams the other day, Sean. But, again, I was, like, falling asleep. Like, because your stream starts so late for us. But, you know, we are there. We are still trying to keep up with your content. How is it going, friend? Will that work? Yeah, there's the shout out for Sean. What is this hand, though? Not a fan of that. We can cheat this out. We can't grab another card back. We can just pop the back row, though. We always Dragon's Inferno this. Let's get rid of this Garbo. Get out of my face. We can 7 Shift, discard 1, summon out. That's probably going to be worth it. The problem is we won't get the search, which I guess is fine. I think we're always going to 7 Shift here. I kind of want to get rid of the Tribute to the Doomed. Yeah, screw it. Screw it. Let's live a little. Summon out Mirageus. Summon out the Dragorite. Our damage should still be halved, so I don't see a point in activating that. So we'll go to battle. We'll swing over this. Let's see if this is still halved. It is still halved. So we might as well swing with this, because that would only be 1250, and this is still going to be 15. Then we'll just pass. The Rush Dueling Goat. I mean, we did get knocked out of a tournament today, but everyone else in chat did as well, so that's also kind of fine. We all lost together. I have a surprise. I'm going to do a Rush stream in the morning for you. Reverse the time so you can watch. Ooh, that's exciting. What is the morning? Like 1 to 3 p.m. Tomatoes time, 7 to 9 a.m. EST. When is this? When are you doing this? Is this like tomorrow? Is this like coming up? Because I am down to watch it. It just has to be a time where I'm actually free. Tomato and I are on the same time. Yeah, we're both English boys. Okay, we're gonna crash? Okay. I wasn't expecting a crash. How do we want to play this? I guess we just summon this. We just go to battle, right? Like, swing. He's probably got slime down. This is 15. Oh, I should have swung with this one first. Because that plays around slime and recital a lot better. Probably Saturday. Saturday should be good for me. Nothing much, just preaching the psychic word. I figured on the weekend would work best for you. I watch your streams when I'm in bed, but your energy wakes my girlfriend up a lot, so I have to watch on mute. Mate, I feel that. I feel that so hard. Sonic fan, love. Live and learn Sonic Adventure 2. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We've got quite the extensive and quite random... Also, what's going on? Why is our opponent not doing anything? Quite random music playlist with just a bunch of different games that we just love the music of. Okay, so he's just taking the 2k. We'll just pass on that. It's got no cards to work with. We're on 5800 life. I think we're in an okay spot here. I know I'm loud. It's not about the volume. It's about, like, the cadence, right? It's about... It's like Manica said, it's the energy, right? It's very boisterous. It's very excitable. It's very energetic. Which is, again, that's a good thing, right? That makes you very, like, attentive. Like, people are going to pay more attention. You know, when their senses are being stimulated more, which is, again, a really good thing. Everyone on my block blasts music at 3 a.m. Well, that's... I guess that means you're going to at least be partially nocturnal. Barrage of Steel? No, don't pop my buffered slime. I want that. Okay, I assume he's going to pop our Miragius. 1800 defense is a little bit awkward because it does mean that our Siesta can't actually deal with this. We have to rely on topping into something good. And our guys all have ass defense value. So this is actually looking really awkward for us. We just have to get lucky. We could just get lucky. There's a lot of cards we could draw that are completely fine for us here. Those aren't them. Unfortunately, there's just nothing good we can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only have one boss monster left in the deck. We've lost both of our TSA. Have we lost both of our TSA? One... No, we only used one of our TSA. This is super awkward. I think we do this. This sits over this. We take 1,000. But we'd just save 1,000 by making him attack those anyway, so I think we're better off just doing this. We're going to just take our lumps. He's going to hit us for a crap ton. There's nothing we can do about it. If Sean isn't on Psychics this Saturday, then we cry. I mean, it's not easy for people to just be on Psychics. Ah, no way! You topped another one! Alright, that's game. That's got to be game, right? There's no way we're not dead. What? Bro just misclicked so hard. We will take it. We will take it, though. He had machines. He just misclicked. Right. This is our hope. This is our dream. We just need to find our last boss monster or a TSA. That's the only chance we have. Guys, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys. We also still have a negate attack, by the way. We just haven't seen yet. The game is over. The game is over. How long until they add a platinum and or legend rank for Rush? Who knows? Who knows? Is that Monosync? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Really do appreciate it. Misplaying still one. Oh, was that you, Monosync? Wait, was that actually you? Were you called Monosync? Ah, it's Manicist again. He wants revenge. Not me. I was gonna say. I was like, that guy wasn't called Monosync. I'm sure it wasn't. Just saying machine player. Well, he was playing Machine Dark Magician. God, Manicist is apparently very salty that we beat him earlier, so now he's bringing out the big guns. He was like, I'm not standing for this. I'm not going to let that tomato beat me. I'm going to queue up with my best deck. I'm going to teach him a lesson. Does open kind of cracked. Does get the candy immediately in the opening hand, which does get a free search. Tomato, are you Batman? I mean, I hope Batman doesn't sound like that. Here is the Prima-Gatana and the Peace Holder. Set 2 back row. Go straight to combat. Okay, okay. Does hit our Sports Dragon Slugger. Does hit our Boltricorn. Let's see what we draw. I guess these cards are fine. Nothing like super special. We'll flip over our pitcher. Activate our Inferno. Go ahead and pop a back row. Then you know what? We're going to go ahead and pop a back row. Then we'll summon. We'll go ahead and tribute both of our monsters. We will activate Illusion Strike Mirror Geas effect. Reduce 1, reduce 2. We'll just set this. Go to battle, swing. Did we have lethal? Did we just miss lethal? We could have got an extra 7. Yes. No, we did not miss lethal. Because we wouldn't have been able to attack with the 1000 attack monster. We could have had an extra body on board. So we did misplay, but we didn't miss lethal. Jump check. Oh no. Not my talismanic sealer, eh? Ready, shine. Does add the can re-D. Summon. Probably going to tribute these two if we. Oh, how do we tribute these two? If we want the Roman pick again. Looks like we are getting greedy. Let's see if the greed pays off. Probably will, based on statistics. Ooh, just going defensive. Okay, so we're going to crash. That is very interesting. How do we want to approach this then? I guess... We'll summon, summon, summon. Tribute over these two. Drop the boy. Activate our skill. I guess... Let's grab Mirror Geas here. Activate Meta Geas effect. We'll send this. Set. Go to battle, swing. So, oh, we're playing the Seraph build. Okay. He's going to use the buffered slime. That desperate to not let us get that 1500 damage in. Okay. So he is desperate to keep his life points high so that he can use the effect of Prima-Gatana. Considering we are on 2200, that was a better play, but true man, go all out and make a big push. I mean, it depends what he's got in hand, right? Like, there was a chance he could just game us there, depending on what he had. Alright. I mean, we're saving that replay. See, sometimes you just have to just draw better than your opponent. Easy. Easy clap. Just draw better, win game. He had no way to take 6. Well, I mean, in hindsight, we now know that, but he could have had... So he searched out the... God, what's the card even called? Reedy, where he could have searched Prima, right? And then depending on what the rest of his hand was, he could potentially have done like a big pop-off turn, gained a crap ton of attack. But obviously he didn't have the hand to support it, right? I pressed no one's search on accident. Ooh, that's not ideal. That is far from ideal. Right, let's just set a big pile of cards, pass the turn, see what our opponent's got for us. Okay, set 3 pass, so this could be Brick Eyes doing the whole Brick Eyes thing. We're like in such a weird spot here where this hand is like, it's like so close to doing so much, but actually kind of does nothing. This guy's 0 attack, so we're probably better off like maintaining this or something. I think we're going to use Essel, just because we have so few monsters in grave, and we do currently have 2 thingies. We'll flip up the Slugger. We're going to set this. We're going to go ahead and get out the Dragius. We're going to activate Dragius effect. And we didn't need Dragius if we're going to do that. I really don't want to leave both of these in hand, so we are going to use Tribute to the Doomed here. Just because, again, I think leaving 2 bosses in hand is, like, asking for death. It's only 35. You can take this without having to worry too much. I wouldn't even bother wasting a back row on it personally, but... Playing at work is bad for win-loss ratio. So is playing on stream, to be honest. So, you know... He's doing a big thing. He's like, oh, do I want to take 3,500? I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't want to use a resource on this. But oh, we're gonna take 2. Why? You saved 1,500 damage. Is 1,500 damage worth a trap? Emblem of Destruction. Uh-oh. Okay, boys, we might have a game here. We have also just gotten rid of our Tribute to the Doomed. I mean, we do have the TSAs, right? So we should be fine either way. He's like, I'm playing the anti-dragon deck against the dragon deck. Did we just let this go? The problem is... we might actually have to resolve 2 TSAs to break this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to need an extra monster in the graveyard either way, but we can tribute. Let's do this then. We will use negate attack. Draw for turn. Activate Dragon's Inferno. Pop the back row. Yeah, we're not having any of that bullshit, brother. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Now. We have to activate this. I activate Talismanic Seal Array. Yeah, that'll do for now. 1, 2. Look at it slowly get smaller and smaller. Oh, what if it was like really small though? Like, what if it was like really, really small? Wouldn't that be really funny? Oh, look at it get smaller. Poor guy. Swing! Swing again! Finish him, Miragius! Alright. That was very amusing. That was very amusing to just double TSA a Buster Blader down to nothing. That's definitely a save. That's definitely a save. Miragius weaken plus TSA? That's nowhere near as fun. I would have used Mirror Gears to make it 0 for the BM. We don't have to, like, we already had our fun. We don't need to, like, rub his face in it. We needed to do at least that much to win the game, right? We don't want to just, like, spin plates. I love this track so much. This is Duelist of the Roses, if anyone ever played that game. On the PlayStation 2. Oh, is this another Psychic, bro? It is a Psychic, bro. Let's see what he's got for us. Loving the matte sleeve combination. This is looking pretty tasty. Okay, set. What else do we have? What else do we have? Another set. We do have the Essel. I mean, that's not a bad draw. We don't really like seeing that this early, to be honest. Let's see what Essel gets us. Is that a Dragius I spy? Welcome to the field, Dragius. Summon out Siesta Terrero. Well, then Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Then we can summon this. Set this. Activate our skill. We'll grab out a Metagears. Oh, can we not use it? We can't use it because we don't have the ability to reduce the attack. That stinks. Oh well. It is what it is. Swing over 1. Swing over 2. Swing into that. Get him for the 25. If we could have got in that extra 15, that would have been so big. Putting him on 2,000 life points this early is huge. I still think the search is good because it now means we have a boss for next turn. Well, sometimes your opponent just doesn't have an out the Dragius. I don't think that's a save, you know. I don't think that's a good replay. Other than just showing off it's funny when Essel hit Dragius. Ha 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 ha. I don't know, do we save that just because it's funny when Essel hits Dragius? Ha 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 ha. Nah, I don't think we do. Surely we don't. Enough of Dragius bullshit and left. I mean, it's one of those things. Some decks still just don't have a good way to deal with a Dragius. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, if you just draw a hand that just doesn't have an out to it, it's like, I guess I just get bullied next turn and hope I don't die. Hear me out. The skill should make it so both players take half damage. Get fucked, Magnum. No. I don't think anyone's skill should make themselves take half damage. I do not like that. Right, we'll pass on this. What could be fun is if they slap the half damage clause on the Magnum skill. Imagine that. Magnum comes in, you're like, I'm going to put this card to I'm going to cheat a card out. For the next 2 turns, I now cannot OTK you with Magnum. It's Harpies! Okay. Unfortunately, we're taking 16 here. Not a lot we can realistically do about that. We just need to draw the out. If we just find a boss, we're fine. Would you look at that? It's a boss. Unfortunately, although we did keep this, it doesn't actually help us. We can activate this. Pop that. Send that. Use that to bring that back. Then that couldn't attack anyway. That doesn't actually change anything. So I think we're better off just doing this. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon. Activate Giastrike. We'll add the Metagears. Activate Mirror Gears. Normal summon. Set. Go to battle. So that's doing half damage. So if that hits that, I guess we'll do this. And then we'll pass. Alright, our opponent has one card left in hand. What is that card? It's not a back row, because you would have said it. So it has to be a normal summonable monster. It could be a Harpy Lady, but it could also just be a regular normal summon. Alright, set 3 monsters. Tribute. Summons out the Harpy Lady's sisters. The Hysteric Force will let it clear over us. We can't do anything about that. This one has protection from trap cards. So let's go Dragon's Inferno. We'll just deal with this pesky little thing. Then we can summon 2, summon that. His damage is getting halved either way. I could pop one of the back row. Cheat this out. I'd have to discard 2 cards from hand is the issue. So if I discarded those 2, it'll have to be this and this. Summon this out, summon that out. That slams over that for 200 damage. We kill 1 and then we get him for 15. I don't even think that's worth it, is it? I think we're better off just not doing that at all. So we'll go Siesta, Dragorite, Tribute 2, summon out Mirageus, activate the skill, grab out Metageus, activate Mirageus, weaken that, set, battle, swing over it with this, swing into this, swing into this. Last turn. Right, we have so many cards right now. So we could have got like a little bit of extra damage in there if we wanted to, but it would have given up an extra card. Let's see what happens. New Magnum Claws. Each time you activate this skill, your opponent adds Rhythmical Performer to hand. I'm not even sure if that would accomplish much of anything. Oh, don't hit my only trap, you jerk. That was a snipe as well. I don't think he had any information. He might have known that these 2 weren't. Well, he would have known the middle one wasn't. So I think it was a 50-50. Okay. Draw for 10. Metageus. We can cheat Metageus out if we want. Which we can just do that if we want. We could pop that. That would be 200 damage there, 17. So we'd only need 1,000, which we have. So if I go 7 shift, discard, summon this out. Then we normal summon this. We activate Tribute to the Doomed. And that's gonna be the game. Alright, it's another replay for the vid. Always good to see. Nice board control. I mean, we're against Harpies, like it's not difficult to control the board. I genuinely find that at this stage, Harpies tend to win because their opponents have bricked, rather than because they're doing anything interesting. Usually, if a Harpy player wins and they don't summon the max, it's just like, your opponent's just drawn nothing. If you, again, summon the max is still horrifying, right? The max can still just deal with you, but always hit the new set. This ladder pretty active today? So usually I do find that the ladder very rarely takes like a long time for me to find a game. When it does, it's very noticeable, put it that way. Mimi and Mimi. Now the issue is, this is another one of those... Never mind. This is probably Blue Eyes, which is obviously still a level 8 deck, which is still going to interfere with us playing the game, but we'll see. Is that Duslugger? Alright, let's go ahead and set 4 before passing the turn. Now, our opponent does have Harpy Lady, Mat, and Sleeves, so this could just be another Harpy player. Let's see what they do. Blue Eyes Rain! That's not Blue Eyes, that's not Harpies at all even. Kyberman revealed, adds the Blue Eyes Bright Dragon to hand. I'm guessing normal summon Kyberman. That's not a Kyberman. Neither of those are Kybermen. What are we doing? Just tribute 2 to summon that. Do we have another one? Bro, okay, so we've got double to deal with. That's actually not too bad if we can find a Metagears. Metagears cleans this up really cleanly. Right, Metagears off the top. Let's go. That's all we need. Metagears, 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 Metagears. Yes! Sometimes you're just better than your opponent. We'll go ahead and use Essel here. Oh, there goes negate attack. It's a shame. But it is what it is. Tribute, tribute. Summon out the boy. We'll flip this up. There's no reason to do that. So go ahead and activate Metagears. We'll discard Mirror Gears. We'll just go straight to battle. Slap. Slap. 15. Pass turn. Right, let's see what he does. Let's see what our lovely Blue Eyes opponent does. He already has 2 of his Blue Eyes in the bin. Will he just hard draw into another one? That is the question. Set, set, pass. Okay. That is very amusing. Dragon's Inferno. Sometimes you're just better than your opponent. Yep, we sacked our opponent and they bricked playing Blue Eyes. We're saving that though because that is what Blue Eyes does. It bricks. Next door you're gonna see Blue Eyes Matt and Sleeve, but it's gonna be Buster Blader, the ultimate troll. I mean, it could be. We have no way to stop our opponent from doing so. I do find it funny when there are some players that legit will like spend multiple minutes of a day thinking about what Matt and Sleeve to use to try and like incept ideas into our opponent. Some kid. We should be able to win this one pretty easily. Oh no, we're going second. That's a 35 card pile. Guys, I'm not feeling so good. This hand, guys, guys, I don't feel so good. Why didn't we summon the other Dragius to reduce? Why didn't we summon the other Dragius? Oh, you're talking about the Mirror Gears. Mirror Gears doesn't work on level 8 monsters. It only works on 7 or lower. Now, the game is probably already over, but we'll see where this goes. Yeah, fuck it. I don't really want to take that much damage against a burn deck. Alright. Let's go next. Well, unfortunately that was a non-game. We had 3 bosses in hand. We couldn't do anything. What do you want us to do, Draco? The hand was unplayable. This is what happens when you put 9 level 7. We do have 6 of them, to be fair, which is a little bit on the high side. I think 5 is usually ideal, but we do search them out of our deck and then discard them to the grave. So, you know, you need to run a certain number of them. God, we're getting everyone in chat today, aren't we? Let's see if we can take down Ursus. We're going second again. I'd really like to go first against this deck, but... I mean, we'll have to see if this helps out. It hasn't betrayed us yet today, but it still very well could do. Chat wants to bond with you? That's kind of sus. Right, let's go, Essel. Wow, once again, Essel just hits a level 7. She cannot miss today. I think we always do this. We'll summon. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go Dark Giastrike. We'll add Mirror Gears. Activate Discard. Go battle. Swing! Swing! Get in for 12. Get in for 12.50. Last turn. We have a higher chance of bricking starting hand? I mean, yeah. 100%. There's nothing we can do about that, though. The only way to not deal with that is just not play the deck. We have been getting such good games playing against chat today. I think every single game where we have played against someone we know, someone has bricked. Like, this is... We have had not a single good game between people of chat today. It's just not happening. We're just... Everyone's bricking. It's brick day today. Open double boss. I know. It sucks. We did it. We played against Draco just now and opened triple boss. And it's like... Well, I can't do anything about this. I guess I'm just going to end the turn. Alright. Mimi. And this is... Oh, is this the same player we played against before? Do we even need another Blue Eyes replay? We've already got plenty of Blue Eyes. I mean, we'll just play it out. But, we really don't need this. Viewer duels. I mean, the ladder is just viewer duels. That's all it is. Yeah. Let's just get out the boy. We don't need to use the skill. It's, do we want to get rid of 2 monsters? Yeah, why not? Let's go Dark Giastrike. We'll grab out the Mirror Gears because it's not particularly good in this matchup. Send this. Go to battle. Swing! Swing! Double Essel. Okay, we'll pass on that. Brick Anniversary! Hello, Duke, by the way. Maybe I should jump into... Ah, we hit the only one that did a thing. Okay. Siesta Terrero gets milled. I'm going to go for another mill. He mills his own spell. No spells from us, so no plus for you. No plus for you, Mr. Japanese bro. Okay, we have the Blue Eyes Bright. Activates Blue Eyes Bright to get the boost. We can stop this attack if we want to. He's putting a lot of effort into dealing with this, which kind of makes me want to stop the attack. The issue is if we don't draw a 7, we can't actually deal with it anyway. We'd have to crash. But I mean, being able to deal with it is still better than not, right? I think considering how many resources he's putting into this, I think it is worth using the negate attack here. Especially if he popped the negate attack afterwards, I would feel so silly. Alright, that's pretty good. So we'll flip this up. We can go ahead and activate its effect. We'll discard. I could tribute. This can already deal with both of these. This deals with this, and then this can attack directly. We don't need to use this. If I did, I don't think it increases my odds at all. I think we're better off just maintaining more cards. So we'll swing with this. Swing over this. Swing over this. And get in for that 1,000. Then we'll pass. I think it's better to not get greedy. Getting in more damage is nice, but we don't need it right now. So you're King of Games already, Tomato. Yeah, we got King of Games like day 2, I think, of the season coming out. We were just kind of testing decks, and then we just kind of... It was like, bam, oh, it's King of Games. There you go. We were like, okay. We actually slid into King of Games on an 8-win streak. Kaiba, man! It's the Blue Eyes Bright Dragon. Oh no! Did he just draw 2 Kybermen and a Blue Eyes Bright Dragon and then use the skill to get another one? And a normal summon as well? That's crazy. We're still kind of in a good spot here. Like, as long as we don't brick on the draw, like, we're kind of chilling right now. Boop. We take 500. Boop. We take 2,000. Boop. We take 0. Now, is our graveyard set up for... Yes, it is. Okay, we are fine then. We want to use that either way, because we want to clear both of these. Either way we go Pitcher. Bring back Slugger. Either way we tribute this out. Unfortunately, there's no way to get absolutely everything we want. We'd had to, if we had another 7 in hand, we'd be in such a good position, but we don't, so we have to do this. Grab out the Mirror Gears. We'll then activate the effect, discarding the Mirror Gears. Then, I guess we're going to go Tribute to the Doom just to make room. Which feels wrong, but... Set this. Set this. Swing. Swing into this. Pass. Alright, let's see what we got it. Why, hello there. It's been a while since I have seen Rush Tools. Why discard it? Why discard what? You're going to have to be more specific, Khalil. But basically, we discarded the high level so that we could use the Meta Gear skill, and then we discarded the back row hate because we couldn't use it, and we'd have to end our turn with cards in hand, which we didn't want to. Oh, I'm just reading Steel Strike. Yeah, Steel Strike is really good. Did we even bother saving that? We have a lot of Blue Eyes already. I don't think we saved that replay. I don't think that's worth saving. Been a while since I've even touched Rush Duels. Yeah. I mean, Rush is currently in a really good spot, to be honest. The meta previously wasn't, like, bad, but it was getting very old. It was getting very tired. Like, I mean, if we grab this up, you can see the meta before was, like, machine, 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 machine. And, like, as we could see, like, massive pie chart of machine Cyburst. But now, stuff's getting a bit funky. We're seeing Psychic, we're seeing Barbalera, we're seeing Seven's Axel Road, we're seeing Cyburst. We're seeing all of these deck, like, perform very, very well. Which is really, really cool. Is the Meta Gears and Mirror Gears deck good? So the deck works quite well. Oh god, it's Manicist again. The deck works quite well against level 7 decks. The deck does not work against everything else. The speed meta is disgusting. Oh, that is a shame. Alright. We're going to do this, right? If this defense monster is a Melody, we are just going to scoop the game. That is our current thing, because our hand is garbage. If this is a Melody, we are just out. Okay, so we will continue to play the game. Let's see what our opponent has. Jeez. Bro really opened double candy. This is pretty gross. This is disgusting, in fact. Oh. Yeah, we're just outie. We outie. We ain't playing against that. There's nothing we can do about that if we brick. Where are the extra deck cards? I'll wait. I mean, they should be coming soon, right? A lot of people are speculating that we should get it very, very soon. Now we are against player. So they're erectile dysfunction cards, Duke. They're basically cards to help you when your nether regions aren't playing ball. They really help you like stand to attention. They help you, you know, help you set up a tent. Well, these are cards. Yeah, ratios feel better with this version. I'm going to stick with this. I mean, to be fair, Manicus, both games where you... I mean, you did lose one of these games, but you have opened Candy every single hand, which is, like, so gross. Right, let's see what our opponent has for us. That sure is hard. ED is short for extra deck, exactly. I thought you were talking about... I assume Elemental Heroes are we talking about there? Bro is literally just open double Torter. Well, we are getting bullied here. Do we just take this? I mean, we're not dead. I think we do just take this. Alright. Unfortunately, we can get a special summon back, but it's only 3 bodies. And 3 bodies does not win the game. We can get 5,000 damage in right now. Oh. Wait a minute, hold. No, there's no way to do it, because we'd have to halve the damage. Do we just go for the 5,000 damage? 5,000 damage is very funny. Well, it's just under 5,000, but you get the point. Right, we'll go Pitcher. Activate Inferno. Pop the back row. Activate Pitcher. Bring back Slugger. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate without using the skill. Swing! Swing! Yeah, that's right. Down to 1,200 with you. Now, if he does pop our back row, we are kind of cooked. But if he doesn't, maybe we're fine. Would you rather I opened Candy or Essel? I mean, neither, ideally. You can open Essel if you're going first. I don't mind that. E-Heroes Prob. What happened to all of the Steel Mechlord Innovator? I hope I spelled that right. I mean, basically, yeah. Innovator is basically disappeared from tournaments at the moment. We've had 4 events since the new product release. And he is completely AWOL. So we'll have to see what actually happens there. Maybe Essel. Yes, Draco. The Innovator. Okay, well... No, you're not dealing with that, sir. Alright, come on. Back row hate. 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 Sometimes, you're just the better player. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. We could summon this as well, why not? Then we'll set these. Go to battle. Boosh! Ha! 7 Axel Road, eat your heart out. The Innovator players used to be swarming like flies. Exactly. Turn 2 Essel is better than Candy. It could be anything. It could even be a Candy. Exactly. See, Hans knows. That's tournament winning comments there. Yeah, more damage means easy wrap up. That sure is fair. Wait, why didn't you have lethal? 7 shift the Dragius. Use skill, Dragius does 48. Oh, because you're right. We have not thought about that at all, Draco, because it hasn't come up where we have had the ability to use Mirageus's effect to weaken our opponent's monsters and then get damage in with Dragius. That hasn't come up yet. That's why that's not currently like muscle memoried into our brain at the moment. Did Luke get his maximum monster yet? Oh, no, not yet, not yet. Do you have the Psychic list that won Angel Cup? I do not believe it's out yet. Oh, well, look at that as well. Quantum has posted his tournament. We'll sign up for that real quick. I'll let you know in a sec. Let me just sign up for the Quantum Rush tournament. Don't ask me to find crosswalks. Listen, I'm a human being. You don't have to do this to me. Right, that's that done. But hello, Quantum. Everyone sign up to the tournament today. Alright, let's go and see if the Angel Cup list is out yet. It is. It is out. So, if you want to see the list that won Angel Cup, it's there. I mean, looking at this, which I guess we can also just chuck on the screen as well. That's something we could just do that. We have the technology. We have the power. So this is the list that just won Angel Cup. It is so bog standard, it almost hurts. We got the 3 Essel. Some people have decided to play that. Some people have decided against it at this point. Don't forget as well, this list won purely Psychic Mirrors to the finals. It won Psychic Mirror, Psychic Mirror, Psychic Mirror, and then beat Royal Rebels in the final. Have you won a duel at Quantum's tournament? Have we won a duel at Quantum's tournament? I have won... I want to say we've won 2 Quantum tournaments. No flippers? What the Sigma? Listen, not everyone can be as based as us, Hans, okay? Not everyone can handle the power of the Seraph of Darkness. This is just my list. Instead of Essel, I have Torero and Horse, and I have... So what you're saying is it's not your list. That's what we're really saying. There's nothing like super standout here, right? Like Essel is like the one thing that usually changes around, and like the Speedy Performer is like maybe something else. Other than that, this is basically what we're seeing. I'd say the majority of people are currently on these 4 as the boss monsters. But, in case anyone was also curious, we do have the other lists as well. I don't think anyone really gives a shit about the Royal Rebel list, right? Or the Cyburst list. But we can go and take a look at the 4th place Psychic list. Which is this one. This was the one that came in 4th place. And let's look at the differences. This is almost identical. What is different here? We've got the Siesta Torero... And we've got 1 extra level 4. The Spell Trap lineup is exactly the same, I believe. What else is different? We have 2 less Rhythmical. So -1, 2 Rhythmical, +1 Siesta Torero, and +1 Silent Assailant. Lurk. I will be lurking. That is cool. You may lurk. We will allow it. If I threw Rhythmical, I'd play the deck. I mean, this one only has 1, and he got top 4. What are we saying? I guess the idea is to focus on milling to get cards with start. I mean, it's not a bad strategy, really. Also, Maginical's quite nice for that as well. You can get some of the boss monsters back from the graveyard, so like that is an option. You can't really see because my camera's blocking, but the only other card in here is Widespread Ruin, so nothing too like spicy in there. You don't need Rhythmical, but I prefer it to Essel. Well, apparently both of these decks are on Essel, so... If you look, Essel... Oh, we've lost that. We get this back again. If we flash fast enough, Essel is literally like flashing you. Are you ready? She just keeps showing you those thighs. She can't help it. Now, I hope we get more Monarch stuff soon, like the Legend. I don't think we're going to, but you never know. You never know. What did we just play against? Was that a good game? That was a good game. That was against Seven's Axel Road. We saved that one. We always save that one. Tomato, go chill. There is no chill here, Draco. Monarch, my beloved. Wow. Gonna test this list out today. I mean, you should. It's like moving. The Galaxy Monarch is cool. We're not. The thing is, I wouldn't expect to get that until Galaxy comes out. I wouldn't expect to get Galaxy for a very long time. There is a chance that we get Go Rush World in September, which means if we did, Galaxy would be brought out. I think if Galaxy does come out, then it is extremely likely that we see more Monarch support. But I would say I think it is less... I would be disappointed if Go Rush World came out. Not because I don't like the Go Rush cards, not because I don't want to see some of those Go Rush cards come to the game, but because it feels lazy. And I do think that Galaxy is a big deal. Galaxy immediately power creeps 1,500 vanillas to 1,600 vanillas, which is a big deal, right? As well as some of the cards that we get. Like, you can't release Go Rush without giving us Yuhi, and Yuhi is more machine support. So, like, do you want to give the Mirror Innovator deck a boss monster that's a 2,500 beta that pops back row? I don't want to give machines that. That sounds busted right now. So, like, so what did I miss today? What are we playing? We have been playing the Giastrike deck. We'll bring it up quick so you can have a look. This one, Giastrike, is our deck. Tomato showing typical male thirst over a thigh. I mean, first off, right, Manicist, there are 2 thighs. Who's getting hot and bothered over a single thigh? That's weird. That's very strange. That's like those weird people that are into armpits. Like, we don't do that here. We do not do that here. True, I hope we get fusions first before Go Rush World. Yeah, I also would really like that. They could just give us Udius and Galaxy, and that's it for now. They could do. But, like, eventually they have to give us Yuhi and Yuamu, and both of them have really gross boss monsters. Like, Yuamu's boss monster is so unbelievably powerful. It just basically is destroy all monsters on your opponent's field with 1,500 less attack. And you just get to do that for free. Like, it's so good. On a 2,500 body as well. For the machine buff, I'd give them Boring Kong. I mean, I don't think we need to give them a buff at all. Right? Just fuck machine. That deck's only just now stopped seeing playing tournaments. We don't want it back already. Only way Join Tech would be good. Join Tech just needs a good skill, right? Any bad deck can become amazing with a skill. Look at Noodles. Noodles was, in the TCG, garbage pre-fusion. Even when they got their fusion, the deck was rogue at best. In Duel Links, the skill made them broken. Right? Iceark is a joke boss monster in the physical game. No one has ever seen it do anything. It's a really strong boss monster in Duel Links, right? We just need a broken-ass skill. That's all we need. Tony Soprano would. I'm going to be honest, I prefer the cover-up version of Essel. I don't dislike either. I think both Essels are fine. What I would really like is a big, like, number 3 up here, right? Just, like, big, like, red circle, like, yellow 3 in the middle. That's what I'd like to see. That's the change I would like to see to Essel. That's true. Zombies and dinos. You guys have skills? Well, and monarchs now. I mean, what else doesn't have skills right now? There's got to be, like, other bits and bobs. Plants have a skill, but it's completely garbage. Hell, even... Right, this guy has a skill, right? That guy... Where is he? That guy has a skill. Why does that guy have a skill, but Super King Rex doesn't? Like, what? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I mean, like, what else is there even in here that doesn't have a skill? I mean, I guess this guy doesn't really have a skill, but there is, like, spellcaster skills, but, I mean, he's kind of garbage. I mean, Battle Shark Samagellon? This guy could have had a skill to make him good. They chose not to, but they could have done. Oh yeah, she looks so good with a yellow 3 slapped on her. Would even match her color scheme exactly. If we got a new world and just Udia/Galaxy and some fusion support, I would say that would be a good for September as it's more rush. The one thing I would say is we wouldn't want the Galaxy Fusion stuff immediately, because the Galaxy Fusion stuff is really, really good. Like really strong. So, like, you'd have to release Udius and then have his non-fusion Galaxy deck be kind of mid compared to the cool fusion stuff everyone else is getting. I just think it would be tonally a bit off. Like, I'm not saying they couldn't do it. I'm not saying they're not going to do it. I'm saying I wouldn't like it because it just feel a bit off. Mostly vanilla, so wouldn't cause an imbalance. I'd say it's a good for interesting content. No, I mean, Rush Fusion plus Galaxy Go Rush. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Right? We couldn't get the good Go Rush fusions, because they'd be busted. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Would just feel a bit mid. Because that's always the problem. If anyone here has seen the Go Rush anime, the first, like, 15 episodes suck. Because it's literally, like, all of our monsters are vanillas and don't do anything. And we're going to teach you what a spell card does. And now we will teach you what a trap card is. And it's like, I know what you're doing, right? You're trying to, like, get new people into the game or whatever. But this is ass. This is horrid television. Like, the stories early were really crap. And the games were really crap. It didn't get, like, really good until we got to, like, Zuijo. Like, when Zuijo versus Udius, that's when shit started popping off. Rock beat Dino, apparently. I mean, Join Tech would be limit 3. It'd have to be, right? Surely. I'm not translating whatever that is, Draco. I'm just going to leave it. When is Rush tier list getting updated? So, if we're talking about my tier list, I'm going to do that after the Grand Prix on Sunday. I think 2 weeks is where I like to leave it. This is our current tier list. This is where we currently see all the decks. But again, this is not updated. This has not been updated since the new sets come out. So this is where everything was previously. And after the results today, these are currently how we see everything. We do, again, our tier lists are heavily influenced by tournament results. So depending on what wins Quantum Rush today, depending on what wins the Grand Prix on Sunday, that is going to heavily impact where I put my stuff on the tier list. As for the tier list on the Rush Duel Links Discord server, that is getting updated probably over the next few days. Again, probably after Grand Prix as well. So I think 2 weeks does feel like a good spot to be like, okay, we've had a nice big amount of data. We've had 2 whole weeks, 6 events. That now does feel like a comfortable amount to make informed decisions. Never, that big pop of text of the Void Requiem's Ride chant. I mean, I can't read that out for you, so I can tell you that right now. Psychic looking more and more tier 0. Wow, Psychic and Aqua are good now. Yeah, they're basically performing very well. Up until that last tournament we just had, Bubble Era was the top performing deck. Psychic has just overtaken them with another tournament win, as well as a top 4 position, and 2 more top 8 spots, which means they are now skyrocketing. Like, if we look at top 8, so like, you know, this is the top 8 pie chart, and up here is like the top 8 numbers. 18 was almost doubling Bubble Era now. Like, in terms of top 8s, they are just popping the frick off, and it is looking very, very tasty. But now, back into the games. We're going to play at least one more game. At least. We've actually almost got a load of good replays as well. Like, again, our replays aren't just, oh, we want to have some of us winning, some of us losing. We want actual good replays. And we've actually already got 7. Which is so good for a stream. A lot of the time we enter these streams, and it's a load of garbage. But we've actually had some really good games today. JD Scrub! Oh no. Are we getting sniped? Psychics will never be good, they said. Look at us now. All it took, right, was the 3rd busted skill. That's all it took. Just the 3rd one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, I'm getting flashbacks to our Draco game. We're not allowed to have fun. Turning my sound off and walking away. I don't think JD needed to do that. I think this game's already over. I'm actually really surprised at how much we've been winning on this deck as well. This deck has been performing really, really well. Unfortunately, this is our 2nd game of opening like this. We might actually keep this in. Just because it's good to show the deck does brick. And when it does, can you actually do anything? Like, we might just be dead, right? But it's good to, like, show what happens. I cursed your game? I mean, it happens. Alright, we will set. What is this? It's TSA, okay. We'll go ahead and Tribute 2. Summon out the Metageas. Activate the effect. Get rid of the Metageas. Go to battle, swing. And swing. It's not a bad amount of damage. We have taken the life lead. We also, though, could just die at any second now. Like, this could just be over. We'll have to see what happens. The skill is almost future-proof too, as it doesn't lock you out of a lot of stuff and is a good for Fusion Error as a 3+, and Fusion Material Summon is obviously good for any deck. Yes, especially since it searches Fusion Material. Like, Prima is a Fusion Material, so like, that's just really good. The only thing I could say is I could see them releasing some sort of generic skill that like lets you like search Poly or like Fusion, the card Fusion, which could also be pretty good. Me when I brick playing half a dozen level 6 or level 7s. Listen, right? Okay, we have the engine. Don't 7 shift me, bro. We have the engine to help us draw better to get our bosses out. We have 7 shift. We have a lot of tools. Oh no! I want my TSA. I don't need it, but I want it. We might be dead though. We did say earlier that we might just die, and it looks like that prediction might be coming true. Is this lethal damage? This is going to be close, right? That's 1,000, 4,500. Okay, I mean, we're alive though, right? And I do think this is still a good one to go into the video. That's not bad, to be honest. That's really not bad. Why can we use this? The issue is his back row. If his back row's nothing, like we're kind of chilling. We have the other one. Yeah, we do. Let's go Slugger. Activate. Bring out Pitcher. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Then we just go for him, right? There's no real reason to do anything else. Where does this go? This hits that, I guess. That hits that, and we hit direct. We've already used that, so we can't attack with low levels. We can activate this, reduce 1. Because if we're reducing, we don't have to use his effect, which means we don't have to halve our damage, right? Although, did we use that last turn? I think we did. Yeah, we did. So our damage is halved either way, so there's no reason to not grab it. Double boss board, use Dragius and win. Well, that was swing, swing, swing. Because of that. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just worried about the back row. If the back row is anything, we can't do anything anyway. There's no reason to not use the skill, though. Right? Because our damage is halved anyway. Do that. Once again, it shouldn't matter where we put this, other than like if we crash into that. So we'll do that. Activate Metageus. Go to battle. Swing into this. Swing into this. Oh, that's very funny. Wait. Did I not use Dragius' effect? No way we forgot to use the effect. Oh, we did. We forgot to use Dragius' effect. Oh, of all the ways, that was lethal, and we just completely forgot. We had so much other things thinking about. Okay, but we won this game, right? If we didn't just forget to click the button, we know that we could have won this game. So that's fine. There's no way he hasn't got lethal. Really? We're still playing? Unfortunately as well, we don't have lethal here. I'll tell you what, we'll drop out of the game anyway, because we already won. Basically, we already know that we could have won. We just misplayed on that, and we're not going to bother playing around, like just sitting around for ages. Like, we're not going to sit here and play the staring contest. We know that we would have won if we had clicked the button. We just didn't click the button. Oh, it's Froggy. That was going to be a Mega Store game. Exactly. We're just going to get out of that. Yo, GG's, what happened with Dragius? Oh, we just forgot to press the button. Like, we already know that we had won that game. So, like, it's kind of fine. Like, again, we're not playing... Unfortunately, because of that, though, we don't want to keep the replay. That was the only negative, right? Yeah, we calculated it that we had game. We literally just forgot to press the button. Like I said, we already knew that we'd won the game, so we were like, we got nothing to prove. We can just scoop and go next. Right, let's see what our opponent does here. Promanicus wants to choose the game mat and the sleeve. You want Katana on both? Okay, we'll do that after this game. Torna. Unfortunately, this is the ultimate punish because we have a 0 defense monster on the field. We do have the negate attack. We don't really want to use negate attack here, but like, I feel like we're not going to get a choice considering we're against SAR. Wait, if he does nothing... Okay, we're not doing nothing. We're going all in. How much damage is this? This is 82? I think we just take this. Alright, let's see what we draw. Unfortunately, that's the wrong dragon. Which is a shame. I guess we'll summon Dragorite. So we can now use Inferno. I think we just have to pop something because we have to make sure this attack connects. I mean, that's not bad. That's not really what we're after, but it's fine. Tribute, tribute, summon. Activate the skill. We'll grab out Metageus here. We then activate Mirror Gears, discarding Metageus, and I guess we're just going to weaken this and this. I think we need to get rid of both of these monsters. Then we'll just set, go to battle, swing. Alright, 24 is quite nice. Then we'll just pass on that. Oh boy, what's the chat going on now? Katana, both again. Y'all are going crazy. Oh, please do not hit. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for hitting that one. Just don't have another one. Draco, I have 46,000 points. I can do this all day. Insane, you really have... He's a dedicated viewer, Draco. That's what it is. Stay after stream to keep getting points. I'm just committed, me and Tomato, to me and Tomato and watch the streams and somehow don't have a streak. Like, what the fuck? I couldn't tell you, my friend. Maybe you have to like enable streaks. I couldn't tell you. Well, we have to do this to survive. Activate. Send. Reduce. Reduce. Set. Set. I think we have to just set these. Swing. Swing! EK! Okay, we didn't kill him, but... So what we were expecting was any kind of trap card to stop us, because if we'd left these in attack, we were just straight dead. Now, all of his Taunters are gone. Right? We're just out of Taunters at this stage. So in order for him to kill us, he needs exactly 7... Oh, don't hit the exact right trap card, bro. Come on. Alright, and now we've lost the game. That is a shame. Oh well. So there was a delay, which means he did have a back row he just didn't want to use. So there's nothing we could do there. But that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We did, again, play in the Angel Cup, which was a ton of fun. Obviously, it would have been nice if we didn't brick in that Game 3. Because Game 1, our opponent opened cracked. Game 2 was kind of our opponent kind of... Oh, would you look at that? Gifting a subscription from Draco Kid to Manicist, the boys become the men. Hello, Froggy. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, we are closing up. We have just received a gift subscription from Draco
gifted a tier 1 subscription.
Thank you all again so much for watching. We had, like I said, we had a ton of fun in the tournament, and then we had a ton of fun on ladder. Obviously, we've just had the tier list, well, not tier list, but the spreadsheet get updated with the new information, which is always lovely to see. We will be back again on Tuesday, where we will be playing more Rush Duel games. I don't know what we're actually going to play. We still need to play Dark Magician. We still need to play a couple of other, like, Monarch decks, I guess. So there is still, like, a little bit left for us to jump into and to play around with. But we'll have to see what we actually decide to play today. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.